They went, and that's why I said in the book Isaiah 19, 5 nations will speak the language of Canaan. It was talking about Proto-Canaanite. So what they had was that pictorial script that you see, which is these where E. Wallace Budge and them get the concept of hieroglyphics from. The Egyptians never wrote in that language, but the Canaanite script that they have, that's it. That's the same script that gave birth to a lot of Arabic and what we call Paleo Hebrew as well, because it was alongside of it. And it all had an abjad in it, which means it started with the 4 letters A, B, and G. That's how you can tell in better language and see if it's part of the original language. If it's not a part of the original language, you'll see a change in the arrangement of the letters, and they won't start with A, B, G, D. A, B, G, D also gave birth to the A, B, C, D in the Latin script. There's certain letters that go all the way back to the hieratic language that's the same as they are in English. The only thing they did, they turned the letter a different way. Like the letter M, for example. Instead of it looking like it looked to us now, they actually turned it a certain way. It looked more like an E or number 3. You see what I'm saying? And the same thing has to do with the letter A in hieratic. It looked like our A, but they took the middle bracket out and the other side. So it's certain things that actually, come indirectly from that language. So gematria has always been there, is what I'm getting at. So you can find the gematria, people being able to code certain things in all them languages. That's why you'll find it in some Hebrew teachings. You also find the Sufis dealing with gematria, and you'll find, like I said, the Egyptians dealing with gematria, because it was always present in the alphabet. It's the value on the side of the number. And that's really what a code comes from. You break down the code, just like the God code, where you can find it in the DNA. That's based on gematria.
Like they say Fox equals 666. This is about how they got the letters line up,
which means
A, B, C, D, E, F, and then it's like 8 letters in each line, and then when you go to the O, it's a 6, and then
it's different forms of it. Like in the book Mustafa Gadala got, the brother I had showed you, gave you the references to.
That reference was cold too. Bro.
Yeah, he a beast. He got so many books, but he got one called the Egyptian Alphabetical Creation Cycle. And he dealing strictly with the abjad. He exposing, all the Europeans that basically came and tried to remix the alphabet, showing you that it was original one. And there's one script, that Paleo Hebrew, bro. That's actually the universal script, and it was also referred to at one time as Egyptian. But they also got it where it was referred to as the Iberian script. Then they got it also where it's referred to as Phoenician and Punic.
Okay,
so that's
so
the language
script.
that come from the Tower of Babel, basically.
Okay, so the same script got 4 or 5 different names. Is all.
Yeah. That basically proved that the language was one until they separated. That's why you'll find that same script way in the west coast of Africa. You'll find it in Carthage. You'll find it in the Phoenician culture. You'll find it in the Egyptian culture, and all of them referred to it by their own name, but it was the same script. Some of them might have turned the letter to the left, or turned it to the right, or upside down, or but it's still the same letter system. Also, most of the time when you're dealing with them alphabetical systems in the abjad, you're gonna find a 22-letter pattern. That's like the root of all of the system. That's what I found in sifting through all the alphabets. It's a 22-letter root.
22 letters, but like some cultures add a couple of extra letters.
They add an extra one. That's what the difference. And then they would call it that. But it's like basically they had one that they used as a universal lingua franca, which was that language. But then they had their own demonstration they developed on the side of it. And that's where all these other different languages come with different things. And you see what I'm saying? Yeah. But now, just like, for example, what I found out, in Arabic, they don't have a letter G. So they have the letter J. So this is called sound shifting. Just like with the letter Y. The letter Y, is interchangeable with the letter I. The letter G is also interchangeable with the letter K. You see what I'm saying? That's what people.
So would J be interchangeable with H? Because now, reason why I say that, when you go to the store and you buy jalapenos, it say jalapenos with a J.
Well,
Jesus. Yeah,
that's
go
the
ahead.
way they doing it in the Spanish, script or whatever. But
Right.
J is, actually, H is interchangeable with the letter E. You see,
Okay, but
that's why you'll see he, and actually the H, if you go into the old language that we talk about, the H ain't nothing more than a bar. When you take one side off of the letter H, you get the letter E.
the
You
letter
see what I'm
what?
saying? The letter E, like the letter E in its shape, the way they got it shaped in the other alphabet, because they have a circle, right? They have a circle in the alphabet I'm talking about with a line drawn straight through the middle, right? But then sometimes they'll break, the edges of the circle at the top and the bottom. And they call that the letter E in the ancient script, but it's the letter H in the English. And so if you transliterate, you'll find that's the same way they transliterate it. It's a couple letters, like I say, like the K is interchangeable with the letter G. And like I said, this is why people would say that's this and that sound that way. Certain letters, the way they use them are different. Like the letter S, for example. That letter S and the symbol for S, bro, the symbol for it exists in Hebrew. It looked the same in Coptic, just in a different style of writing, and it looked the same in Arabic, bro. It looked the same basically across every language, except when you get into the English, it's different. But all the ancient languages, that letter S looked like them same three little slashes that connect to a line. You see what I'm saying? And that's the SH sound, the sh sound. So it's a lot more connection in these things than people know. Now the thing here, when you get into divine language, it's what people don't understand. Like, just cause the Quran was revealed, for example, in Arabic, don't mean that the Arabs understood it. Because even though it was revealed in Arabic, it was revealed in a divine dialect. You see, which means only that prophet understood it, just like the Hebrew text. Just because it was revealed in Hebrew, don't mean the common Hebrew actually understood it. It was Moses that really understood that text. You see what I'm saying? Everybody else can only attempt to understand that, as far as I learned from that teacher, and then they would have that knowledge and they can pass that down generation to generation. And that's what done have a lot of information that got lost in translation, because man is beginning to interject his own opinion. And so now you got all these different people. No, this is what it mean that, and this mean that. You know how it goes.
The proper pronunciation has been lost in translation.
Right. And then ain't no need in getting in an argument about different opinions, but that's what happens, because what it is, it waters the message down. All it takes is somebody disagreeing with somebody on something. And next thing you know, I'm finna go create my own group over here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hold up. Hold a minute. We got the king of the chimps in the building, everybody. King Atheist himself, King Evolution is in the building. Buddha Why Bugatti.
Peace to you, brother.
Hey, I have an introduction. Leave alone.
That shit, that was crazy than a motherfucker. That nigga say king of the chimp. That nigga out of line, bro. King of the chimp. That nigga like out of line.
What's up, Buddha Why King, sir?
Yeah, Buddha Why don't feel. He don't feel offended by that right there. He think that's endearment.
Hell no. What you call that? Commission?
You done co-signed him is what you done did. he say you believe now.
He says that damn, that's a hell of an introduction.
Hey, my DY, yesterday the nigga Yara on the line talking about he won't smoke with you, bro. I say, man, that nigga don't want no smoke with my DY, man. That nigga I say, man, he say, why? I say, nigga, cause you too pseudo. My DY gonna kill your ass, man, dead. Nigga, you ain't gonna never come back to life. It ain't no Jesus resurrecting you after that. Nigga, you too fucking pseudo. That nigga Yara. Y'all right want some smoke with the homie, with the big homie, man. He don't want it though.
Yeah, we the
He
only
know what the
ones
business
that
is.
we the only one that keep Muda Wash sharp. He come up here and we beat up on him. He go back and do a little research.
Moody believe in the Most High. Moody be back here playing. He believe in God. He told me
Oh yeah, we
yesterday
already
when he
know
had
that.
to pray to God. When he
Who?
We
prayed to God and said, "Thank you, God." He said
yeah,
it yesterday.
we the
Who said
reason
that?
for that. We the
Moody
reason for
did.
that. We the reason for
Oh,
that.
oh. You might be
Yeah,
talking
we
about
the
Moody,
reason.
he
We the
believed.
reason.
He just mad.
nah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
He might be talking about
we
a monkey god. You know.
we the reason for that though, because I told you every atheist deep within they instinctively believe in the Most High. See what it
They
is? They
believe in
just got to have
creator.
they got to have the proper context. See, I keep telling them when they say they don't believe in God, they're really saying they don't believe in themselves. This is
Mm.
because the West done taught one. Yeah, the West done taught one that to believe in God is to believe in a spook being outside of
Right.
itself. See, now we
You,
got something in common there.
you know what
We
I
don't
say,
believe in no
Commission?
spook either.
Hey,
You
commission.
Right. You
know,
Hey,
know what I tell
commission.
them, Commission?
Hey,
I
uh,
hold
said,
on,
you
commission.
believe in? I
Hey,
said,
hold
you
on,
believe in
Abdul.
COVID, don't you?
Abdul,
If
hold on
you,
real
if
quick.
oh, go ahead.
Commission
uh,
Abdul. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, not Abdul. Yahweh told me yesterday if I believe in myself, if I trust in myself. Yes, yeah. JJ was on the line. He say I'm a heathen because I believe in myself. He say, do you believe in God? I say no. He say, do you believe in yourself? I say yeah. He say, do you have the most confidence in yourself? I say yeah. He say, then that's why you a heathen and you will never inherit the kingdom of God. That's what he
well,
told me. He said,
I'm gonna give you
This is
see,
some,
what I
you
be
just
telling
said
them,
you got to
y'all.
believe in yourself and believe
and
in
that's
God.
right.
Now
And
This
I'm
look
is
gonna
what
what
get,
I
Yahweh
tell them
said.
about believing in God. Because I
I'm,
say, do you believe in the common cold? Do you believe in the flu, swine flu? If your ass believe in COVID, nigga, you believing in the invisible. Because you can't see
you
COVID, the
can't see
common
it.
cold, or nothing.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Period.
right.
That's
So,
how
Now,
so,
stupid
now,
they be
so,
hey,
so,
feeling.
check this out. Check this out right here. Now, watch this. If one say that and they believe in the Torah, right? All you got to do is go to the portion in the book where Moses said, "Who am I to ask? I mean, tell the Israelites that has sent me." He say, "El Asher El, I am that I am." Now, I don't know about nobody else. When you look up I am refers to the self. In other words, the God was in Moses. And in a couple of scriptures, he even said it. He said, I done led y'all through the wilderness for 40 years, gave you manna and quail, shoes on your feet, clothes on your back, that you may know that I am the Lord your God. Now a lot of people like to try, oh, he didn't say that. Yes, that is what he said. Either the translator wrong or Moses recognized God was in him. He
oh,
was a
hey, you know
vessel.
what? That's where Nepal was coming from one day.
Yeah, he was
When,
a vessel. You know what
when
I mean?
okay, when she was
Yeah.
saying that
Every
Moses
prophet,
was a
yeah,
Messiah.
every prophet is a vessel of God. That's why in our paradigm, we say when you look into the face of man, you look into the face of God. And the most simplistic way of proving this, like I always tell people, because they more familiar with this, Judah, when we say somebody gave us a raise, God doesn't bless me. You ain't talking about the man that gave you the raise. You talking about God working through that man. You see what I'm saying? And it's just as simple in the same way. And if we look at it that way, we understand that we ain't dealing with no spook. God can work with you through your closest family member. Whether you get chastised as a result, you know what I mean, in different ways, or it can be something that benefits you. And when you look at it that way, bro, you'll never lose contact with the Creator and say, this is all about me, dealing with self-mastery and also bearing witness to God working through individuals. You
Okay,
see, as
okay,
opposed to God being somewhere out there in the space, and that's it.
okay. So, but
You know,
are we excluding the Creator? Are we saying we are the Creator of this universe, or there's something greater than ourselves that works through us, and we are a reflection and an image of that Creator?
no, what we are saying is, right, the Creator is called the All, right?
Yeah,
And he exists within his creation. He
yeah,
expresses himself through his creation.
yeah.
We have been given the same powers. Basically, I would call it co-creation. What I'm saying is, what he did in creating everything, we ourselves, metaphysically and spiritually, can come out of darkness into light if we think. Because we are thought of God made manifest. So we are the seed of the Creator. Now let's go to this. The reason I said that is because an apple seed, in essence, is unknowingly an apple tree, right?
Right.
An orange seed, any seed, no matter what it is, instinctively, in essence, it is what it becomes. So that's the same thing with God. He planted his spirit in us. So by nature, we are him and he is us, not in the form where we get on some egotistical, oh, I want you to worship me and all this. That's why even in the Quran, when he told the angels to prostrate before the man he was creating, he wasn't telling them to bow down to the flesh. He was telling them to prostrate to what was in the man, which is what it called Ru'Allah, the spirit of God was in the man. And Iblis said this. He said, I ain't finna bow down to that. He said, you created me from fire and you created him from clay. You know, so he only seen the physical side of the man when that was blasphemy to not obey, because he was telling him basically to submit to me because I just placed myself in this being that I'm getting ready to create. The angels obeyed because it ain't in an angel to disobey. They ain't rebellious.
You know what? You know where they got that from? Kamisha?
Go ahead, brother.
You know they say it's come from the Quran. Well, we got a source that's older than the Quran, where that information is for sure solid. We call that.
It go back to Kemet,
right?
Yeah,
and then
go back to Kemet.
You can fact check that to the Dead Sea Scrolls.
That's right. That's right. And the reason I'm mentioning, those texts, because we are more familiar with those stories right offhand. And it's the same story through and through. See, that's when esotericism come into play, because what you realize in every school of thought, there's what you call lofty teachings that are esoteric, and then you got the exoteric, only what the common masses understand.
Okay,
For
may
example,
I ask a question? May I ask a question before we get a little too esoteric? Let's get into the tangible. Let's get into the tangible for a moment.
In the building.
Yeah, I just these questions are things that I ponder, and I ponder them a lot because I talk to you guys a lot about certain things.
Right.
Now here's the deal. Where was the God of Abraham? Where was the God of Abraham during the transatlantic slave trade? Rhetorical question. Hold on. Rhetorical.
He was there.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Get that ass whooping in the
Let me finish. What was the God of Abraham during the trans-Saharan slave trade? Where was the God of Abraham? Wait a minute. Where was the God of Abraham? Wait a minute. Let me finish. Well, somewhere in America, a woman is raped every 2 minutes. Let me repeat that. Somewhere in America, a woman is raped every 2 minutes. Where was the God of Abraham during that? Hold on.
I thought the woman was the man's responsibility. Eve was Adam's responsibility. So how you throwing that on the Most High?
Let him go, brother. I see where he's going. That's typical atheistic belief. Let him go.
Let me
go ahead,
because I let y'all get metaphysical, and I let y'all get all convoluted and all this stuff. I'm talking tangible and practical right now. Now what? Listen to this. A national survey of adults suggests that 9 to 32% of women and 5 to 10% of men, and 5 to 10% of men report that they have been victims of sexual abuse and assault during their childhood.
By other men. Don't forget that. By other men, nigga.
Bro, let me finish. You didn't cut Commission off now one time while he was talking.
Commission don't speak that bullshit. Commission is on point all the time.
Brother, have some decorum. Whether you agree or disagree, have some decorum.
Okay, I'm gonna remember this.
Whether you agree or disagree, whether you agree or disagree,
Right.
have some decorum.
No, I'm saying I agree,
All right,
but
now
you
allow me,
hold on, let me, now I can't
allow
get
me
my
to
words out. You
continue.
gonna say what
No,
you gonna say,
no,
and I can't say
no.
nothing.
You were never
Again,
supposed to be
you
speaking.
do
You
the
were never
same
supposed to be
energy,
speaking.
brother. Because
You
I'm
were
getting
never supposed to be
and you do the
speaking.
same shit. So
You
I'm
were
gonna
never
ask you,
supposed to be
what
speaking. You were never
Abdul, he's
supposed to
not
be
done,
speaking.
Abdul. Abdul,
I
he's
don't.
not done. And
You
you
were
niggas
never
trying to get him
supposed to be
started, bro.
speaking.
Abdul, let him finish, Abdul.
You next, I
You were
do.
you were never supposed to be speaking, Abdul.
This guy,
Thank you.
go ahead.
Now, I'm asking rhetorical questions, and then after I'm done with my rhetoricals, I'll ask something that I would care for you to elaborate on.
You ask
Now,
me.
22% of victims were younger than 12. 22% of the victims were younger than the age 12 when they were first raped, and 32% were between the ages of 12 and 17. The majority of male and female rape victims knew the perpetrator. Now, hold on. I've surveyed college women. About 90% of rape and sexual assault victims knew their attacker prior to the assault. Now, I pose these questions that this is real tangible. This is individuals that very heinous things are happening to them. And I'm pretty sure that most of these victims, because we live in the United States, most of these victims were God-fearing, God-loving people. And because we live in the United States, I'm almost sure whether these victims were black, white, brown,
That's
Asian.
subjective. Go
It
ahead.
doesn't. Listen to what I'm saying. No matter what race they were, I'm pretty sure that the overwhelming majority of those victims believed in the God of Abraham. Now, I'm say this
You're
again.
pretty sure, or
Now,
you have
now,
facts behind that?
listen to what I'm saying. Listen, what I'm saying.
Go
Listen,
ahead.
what I'm saying. Well, see, what we not gonna do is we not gonna play no games right now. Now, these
Showing up
things that we
facts, bro.
know,
I'm asking you.
these things that we
Man,
can.
just you appeal to yourself as your authority. Go ahead.
I'm almost done. I'm
All right.
almost done. I know it's uncomfortable. I know the truth is uncomfortable.
Yeah,
But
it's
sit tight,
uncomfortable.
little buddy. Sit
Right.
tight, little buddy. I'm
I
about to
got
land the plane. Now,
you.
I
Move on.
said I said those things to say this, good
All right.
beloved brothers and sisters.
Mhm.
Where was the God of Abraham to protect these people from this violence that came up into their lives?
All right. Let me
Anybody
ask
want
you.
to take that?
I got
And
you.
I answer after you, Judah.
Yeah. Now, if you're going off Kamesha's definition of God, and he said the God is within yourself, then the God of Abraham or the God of whoever you say you represent in the flesh was right there. Now, maybe that person was dealing with his lower self at that time, whoever did that. The God is within all of us. So when you ask a question like that, you got to look at the situation and the individual. You don't want no smoke with 7,000, man. You really don't want. You really
bro.
don't. You really
Hey, now watch this, Jay. This is what I got to say.
Quick, 30 seconds. Now let me
he
get,
just cut the chase, did. Good
right,
gracious.
Go ahead. Let me get to part two of my answer. You see, now you got people who really don't believe in our God of the Bible. Okay, so if we go over to a place in God,
You really Gregory Hines that answer though. You really Gregory Hines that motherfucking answer, bro. I ain't gonna bullshit, bro. You Gregory Hines the fuck out that answer, Jeremiah. I ain't gonna lie. It's good though. It's good though. Go ahead.
Hold up. I tapped dance all on his head. All on his head. You see what I'm saying? That's what I did. Now, part two. Okay. Now they have a tribe over in Ghana called the U people. And some of these people deal with a religion called Tricosi. And what they would do if a man stole an apple, he don't get punished. What they do, they go with your virgin sisters, your virgin aunties, and all that type of stuff, your cousins, and they put them in slavery for the rest of their goddamn life. And these priests rape these little kids. All right? And this God the God that they deal with has nothing to do with the Bible. So when you go and say, where's your God of where's the God when this happened and that happened? You, like I said, everybody don't deal with the same power, or call it the same name. So you got to deal with it on an individual basis. And like I said in the beginning, after land my goddamn truck, plane, bus, whatever you want to call it. And like Kamisha said, the guy was right there.
And that's important.
Hold on, before you move forward.
No, I'm after Kamisha.
We're gonna let you come forth. We're gonna let you come forth.
I just want to give her. I just want to give a round of. I just want to give a round of applause. I couldn't even come in and he doing the same shit. I just want to give a round of applause for Brother JJ for that tap dance routine he just did. That's all I want to say. A round of applause for Brother JJ and that tap dance.
Thank you, man. Hey, I thought I was good, but go ahead, man.
Let me say this briefly, and we're gonna let Abdul come behind me. But that's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. Now, one thing, let's deal with the text. Yeah, let's deal with the text, right? It says in one aspect in the Bible, he said, I create good and I make evil, right? Now, in the Quran, he said, you know, whatever good come to you come from me, but whatever evil come to you come from your own soul. So this has to do with will in play. So most atheists don't know that. They basically arguing with the creator because he gave them free will. In other words, he give you free will and you abuse that free will. A child, for example, is not powerful enough to overcome somebody that has it in them that they want to do what they want to do. But you can't blame the creator because that happened, because that's that person that chose to misuse their will. Same thing with a woman that's overpowered by somebody, right? You can't blame, you know, that woman because somebody did that to them. So that don't discount divinity. Last but not least, this is my last statement of what I want to point out as well. Also, to get into that type of reasoning, you can't leave the apes out, brother. So if you're getting upset with all these things that took place with man, you know, because you say man did this, he did that, the transatlantic slave trade, and I love your passion when it comes to that.
Hey, Kareem, put me on the thing.
Hold on. I'm finna land my plane right now.
I got you, Kamisha. I just want to
hold up.
I got you, bro. I'm just telling Kareem. Bro, I got you.
Nigga. All over the place.
Kareem, put me on the ticket after Abdul speaks, okay?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and okay, all is well. So when it comes down to it, like I said, what it really boils down to, family, just like you spoke of that reasoning on being upset and in your passions about what you say man did to people. And this is where most atheists come from now. That's what fueled their belief. Where was God when this happened? JJ pointed out, inside of you. You see? Now, this is where I'm ending it at. The same reasoning and logic you use in there, use that same logic when it comes to the apes that have attacked human beings. You see what I'm saying? So should you be upset, you know, with atheism? Because most apes, you know, I'm pretty sure they don't really have the belief system that man have, because apes only know to do what they do. They animals. Every animal is not rational like human beings. But they do it.
Bring it out.
I'm bringing it out. So what I'm saying, and this is where I stop at, if you're going to use that logic when it comes to man, you got to use the same logic when you use that dealing with atheism. And that means you got to reject atheism too, because they killing up people, man. You know what I mean?
No. All right. Can I just need 30 seconds to address that.
No, you can't. It's my turn. Keep that energy.
I can, bro.
Now, I just wanted to touch down on a testimony of mine. When I seen the man of light wearing the crown made of the same light, he put some visions in my head. And in those visions, he showed me all the important parts of my life, like meeting my wife, all that stuff. And he showed me all the bad stuff. And in that vision, when he put it in my head, he was there the whole time. He was right here on my side the whole time, like this light right here. He was there. That's where the God is. He resides in this container that we call the human flesh. And just like the brother Commission said, because he be on point, that's your decision. You got your will. or you can't. You feel what I'm saying? Just because you can't, don't mean you have to. And then I want to get back on the thing with the rape, what he said. That was on the man, the father. It's always going to be on him because those are his seeds and his responsibilities. Okay, that's why people like me don't leave my kids with daycares and these centers and stuff, or with family members, because I don't trust none of y'all. Okay, that's the inner God in me telling me not to trust none of you niggas, because y'all is the problem with the religions and everything. It's people. That's all I wanted to say.
Facts. Oh, don't get quiet now, Buddha.
I was waiting on Steph.
Now it's my
I was
turn.
waiting on
Now
Steph.
it's my turn. It's my okay. Yeah. Now it's my turn. Yeah, I had to unmute my mic because I had to unmute my mic because I be grinding. I don't want y'all to hear. But yeah, I want to say this is the most tomfoolery that I've ever heard in my goddamn life about God being within you. Because all this God being within you is not what it's saying in the Bible. Your God has parted seas. Your God has given instructions from the sky. Your God talks.
You done went out, brother. We can't hear you.
That must be the God in you.
Yeah, that just knocked him off. He must
Man,
have not
you
read.
was clear. You was AT&T clear.
He must have not read the Piscean record, the Bible, because from what I understand, it say, "No, ye not the the temple of God, and the Spirit of God dwelleth within you." So what is he talking about? I think it was God, Kareem. Didn't want him to hear it. Done shut his own demonstration down. God dang. Hey, it said he will make you stop speaking in the day of judgment. This is the day of judgment.
I'm good with y'all.
What's up, Neil?
What's going on, brothers?
All is well, brother.
What's what?
All
While we wait on Seth. Yeah.
right, hold up. It was Lex's turn though. That's what I was trying to tell you. My mic is muted. Oh no, Karima, when Lex came in, I told Seth, I said, no, Lex, I already said Lex is in the building. He goes, yeah. Oh, maybe my mic.
Go ahead, Lex. Go ahead,
Lex. Yeah. My fault. Yeah. Then King. All right. Left. All right. Right. He grinding.
Yeah, here I go.
All right, well, go ahead.
Y'all can hear me?
Cause Lex take it too long. All right, go ahead, King Seth. Say what you got to say, cause Lex tongue tied over there.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you well, bro.
Can y'all
We hear you well.
Hey, I like that little mini fro you growing. Go ahead, King Seth.
What I was saying. Oh yeah, I'm growing my hair.
Yeah, I see you.
But like I said, this is a physical God according to y'all book. Hold on, JJ. This is a physical God according to y'all book. Men built towers in the Tower of Babel, and he destroyed it. He changed languages. He did all this stuff. This is very much a physical God and not no damn God within you. Y'all cannot sit here and try to fucking convince me that the God within Moses sat there with a fucking stick and parted the damn sea. You're not gonna sit there. You're not gonna tell me that the God within
that man that he got from the Most High, brother.
Come on, bro.
I mean, you're making it more complicated.
Come on, man. Let me finish, JJ. JJ, let me finish, bro.
Right.
Let me finish, man.
Go ahead, man.
This is a very much a physical God. Y'all sit there, y'all pray to the Most High. Y'all sit there, y'all have all this Sabbath for the Most High. So what are you doing it for? You doing it to yourselves?
Let me answer.
Is that what you're doing? Since the God within you is within yourself, or y'all doing it to yourself? Because y'all trying to convince us that God is in you. No, your Bible strictly says that this is an outside entity force that's not within you. Let's stop playing. And I'm finna go on mute.
We are made in the Most High's image. All right. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And all the books agree too, Karina, that the spirit is in man.
Right.
So
The
I don't
spirit.
know what he talking about.
Yeah, I
You know
don't
what
know.
I mean? Like
You know.
he lost me with
All
that
right,
right
all
there.
right,
He
all
think
right,
he was
all right.
kicking something.
To me, so what body of water are you near right now? What body of water that you live in your state? What body of water that you
Well,
live
okay. Yeah.
in?
It,
I want you
no,
to
it's
go
not my
outside
turn.
and
It's
part that
Lex'
body of
turn.
water right now. I want you to go part that body of water right
Uh,
now. On
King
camera.
Chef, you right at the Lex. You right at the Lex. You hit a
All right.
question right at the Lex. Lex, go ahead, man. You're running around. Okay, well, yeah, all right. How we do it? I thought it was King Chef because Mugabe already went. And King Chef was well, yeah, he jumped the turn. All right. Well, King Chef, that's your turn, buddy. All right. Yeah, see, black folks don't know how to stay in line, man. They confuse folks. All right. Now, Lex, somebody always jump in the line, ain't they? You know what I'm saying? Lex, go ahead, man. You run around social media. You talking about I seen your flyer. You got me and about 8 of us on there talking about you beat us all up. Man. You got to explain.
I
I'm like, oh shit, damn. I must have
didn't
missed
make
them long. Go ahead, man.
nah, I didn't make that. If you seen, I didn't make no fly like that. Where's that at though? I want to see it though.
Oh
It's out
Lord.
there.
Well,
Nah,
y'all
man, I don't
funny.
beat brothers up. It's just that I'm the one that was, prophesied to come. So I got to clarify a lot of stuff.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
So
Wait a
We
minute.
didn't
No,
Your
it's Lex'
atheists,
turn.
want to prophesy.
atheists believe
Didn't say-
they
I
believe
do,
in prophecy now?
We
do,
didn't.
Wait a minute.
you gotta wait till your turn. All right.
so you know,
All right.
so here's the thing I'm hearing, and all things come from ignorance because if we're hearing two things that are causing confusion amongst y'all in terms of understanding divinity. On one hand, God is within us, okay, and all these books do say that.
Yeah.
Just like the Quran says, Allah is closer to you than your own jugular vein.
That's right.
Hey,
Quote it.
The,
That's
the
right.
Bible says that the mystery of Christ is within you.
That's
That's
You know
right.
what
right.
I'm saying? All of that.
So
But
far.
and then on the other hand, though, you leave your divinity and start attributing God is something outside of you at the same time because you're misunderstanding.
Okay.
So you can't. Now you're dealing with a dual. Now you're dealing with a dual mind.
Okay, absolute row, right? We dealing with
All right.
absolute power,
So
creator. We are not that. We are made in his image. We are a
That's right.
reflection of that. He works within us in the spirit. So what
That's
the
right.
hell are you talking about? Go.
Agreed.
That's right.
okay. All right. So you are not the creator, but he works within you in the spirit, right? Now I don't know
We
if
are a
we
vehicle of
dialoguing.
it.
We're
You
not the
gotta let
spirit.
me know if we're dialoguing or if I'm just educating
I'm-
right now.
Yeah. We're correct.
I thought
Okay,
the
so
God
while we
inside of
taking
us is what
turns,
animated us.
because soon
Yeah,
as
but
I
go ahead.
Let him go.
He talking crazy. Go ahead.
all right, so how many? Well, the question I'm gonna just ask. Don't even answer the question. This is confusion. So how many spirits do you have in you? Because again, this is total confusion. You have God's spirit and your spirit that's dwelling in you. Now you got two. Now you got two spirits. So
Wow.
which? And they're living in your body at the this is
Let's baby talk.
you're, you're
Hands
this
for us.
is
Hold up. You too advanced because you're saying too much. Where did we say we had two spirits in us? Like, I don't remember recalling
I
saying.
said I was gonna ask a rhetorical question because what
That's a rhetorical question. But you
Yeah,
imply
prove it.
that
Prove it.
we think this way. That's not a rhetorical question, man.
well
Stop playing
the answer is there's no two
go ahead
spirits.
and stop getting offended.
You're confused about the oneness of creation.
All
So
right, go ahead, man.
you're saying you got God at one moment. You read the scriptures like we just said, Allah is closer to your own jugular brain. You are the temple of the Holy Spirit. Of course, But then that's what I'm saying in terms of the confusion. You give up your divinity because then you tell me, well, no, we are not God, but His Spirit works through us. But I thought His Spirit was in you.
Okay,
So
stop.
this is why
stop.
I asked. Hold on. This is why I asked. Do you have two spirits? Because the truth is if God
Man,
is
Lex,
within.
bro, you stop taking my science and bastardizing it, bro. You corrupted it, bro. Chill out, bro. Because he done heard me, because that's what I tell the Christians. The Christians don't follow the law, so I tell them they polytheists because they have two spirits and two gods within them if they don't say that, Yeshua is the law. So come on, Lex, man. Try again, bro. Tell us something without the
Bro,
Bible in it, bro.
you believe.
Tell us something without the Bible in
And
it,
this
bro.
is why y'all never grow to the oneness consciousness for the childlike. But I don't. Man, you understand the
What?
Bible like a baby. So
But you
anyway,
understand better, right?
yes.
Oh,
So
He atheist now.
but he's
I'm not.
What about if he came to you in the
Hold
vision?
on. I'm
Is
not an
that better than
atheist.
leaning on your own understanding?
What? He don't renounce atheism?
I never was an
I'm
atheist,
for you
brother.
renounce atheism. There is a creator God, right? The absolute and the all, right?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
speaking to him right now.
No. Go out
So
there. Now, hold up.
Look,
You
the
know,
God that I know ain't never spoke a word. He put visions in my head that was clear as day. I didn't
Man,
need pictures. So
I
I
want
okay.
him
need you
to
to throw some
create.
pictures in my head, some images. Right. I need you to shoot some images into Abdul's head. For real. Because the Most High that I know, who presented himself to me in the vision, made of light, he put the images in my head. No need to speak a
Mm-hmm.
word. So
That's
Okay.
right.
unless you guys can do what he did, I am not following.
All right, we're gonna move
Okay.
on. We're gonna move on to the next person. You have
Wow.
3 minutes. I
Wow.
mean, no, we
Damn.
got a whole panel. Everybody want to
Yeah,
speak,
Buddha
Lex.
Brother,
got
y'all
to
did.
come for.
Yeah, you
Okay.
playing games, man. Just chill out, Lex.
Why
I
is
mean,
it always like that
okay.
when Lex come around, bro? Like you dudes is crazy. Like I didn't even
He acting like
like
my
you get all excited and cut me off and get and then brother, the
We thought you
division.
was
Let me
finished,
just
brother.
ask this brother
We
Well, if
one
got
you was
thing
the
you
God,
before.
you
finished.
could have just portrayed, you could have put it in our heads
When you
like
told us
God
he was
does
the
instead of
creator,
telling
man,
it to
All
us.
right.
that
That's
nullified
why
the
I'm
rest of
getting
the.
at it.
So this is where you have it wrong.
All right, go ahead, creator God. Can you produce can you make a rock?
Visions and put them in Abdul's head.
I am God who made himself subject to death and the cross, which is the body, and accepted the limitations when I manifested in the body in this third dimension. That's the same
Oh,
story of
wow.
Jesus. That's the same story of Jesus
That's deep.
Christ. So
That's deep.
now I'm now,
Say that one more time. Go ahead.
and so the question would be to
No,
the
say that one more time. What you just said to the audience. But,
I am God in a
mhm.
limited.
No, you didn't say limited last time.
right.
What
Yeah,
did I
when was
say?
God ever limited in anything he does?
Hold up.
Like that
What?
doesn't seem godly.
Hold on. What did I?
How are you limiting God in any of his glory? How are you
Oh,
limiting
Oh,
him?
So now he limited.
oh,
Well,
we
what?
yeah.
limited, y'all.
I thought you was
Okay.
all. Now you limited,
Right.
huh?
Now,
Okay.
now you
So
God catching hell. Like,
I
what's
think he
going on,
learning
man?
something, y'all.
hold on.
I
He
So
think he
has no
learning
I'll
something.
show y'all the
See?
childishness of what you're saying
Oh,
through the story of
this
Jesus
is a
Christ.
bullshit.
Because even if you go,
Hey, this is a
This should have
bullshit,
get you a
Lex.
check, man. This shit crazy.
Get that nigga check. He limited
damn.
now. Go ahead, Lex. One more time. See?
If you go to book second Philippians, right?
Oh, now you want to be teach out the
Oh,
Bible.
whew.
All right, listen.
If you go to it'll tell you
We don't have it. We burnt it. So now it's on you to tell us, right?
Who wrote it? Who wrote Philippians, Lex?
nobody knows. So
All right.
Let me
Now we're
stop
gonna go
messing
to
with my
Philippians.
people,
What
man. There's
chapter
too many.
verse?
There's too many lines on his ass. I'm gonna fall back. I'm just going.
No. They own this
it's
goddamn
funny
thing.
how y'all think that like screaming and yelling and being childish is like beating somebody up. And
No,
I'm
bro.
not
Because
here to
really,
beat y'all up.
what I really want to say is
I
Why,
haven't
when
even
everybody asks you to break something down, you go into the Bible that you say the white man wrote and
Oh,
pulling out some type of wisdom out of that. So in essence, you want to
because
be the
where
the wizard of, you want to be eyes behind the curtain because you still reading the Bible, but you told everybody to burn the Bible. Give us
dang,
something
right,
that's without the Bible. I'm quite sure
dang.
somebody like the brother Kamisha in the depth can follow you.
Right.
Come on, man, what you doing? That's what I want to say, but I'm just saying I'm gonna let these other
You
cats
understand?
deal
Hey,
with you.
Yeah. Where you getting your
right,
esoteric thought
you
from,
can
brother? Say
you
out the
can
Bible.
burn if you burn the Bible. There's a million more at Barnes and Nobles. So I mean that's stupid. But like I was saying,
Listen, he deep, y'all.
if you
Lex a
go
Mason,
to
man. That's why he talk like that. Yeah,
second
he,
Philippians,
he's
right?
an ex-Mason.
This is what it says.
What is that?
Let this mind be in you, which also was in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. You idiots. Now listen, and being
What?
found, now
Wait a
listen
minute. Hold
close,
up. Let's break
because the problem is when you don't read
He
this
called
book
me.
and know that it's
All
all
right.
about you, then you won't be able to relate the principles to
Oh,
your.
okay. Read that.
All
Okay,
this
let's
man did is just dress his stuff up. We've been saying the
wait.
whole day, G. What in the
No,
world?
He
now
said servant in the scripture, Lex. Did it not? Read it again.
so
Hold up.
hold up
No, no.
now.
He said it's all about you. But then in the scripture, hold up, bro.
Y'all are interrupt. Y'all
Eh,
are
No, no, no.
interrupting.
You got, because
So
you talking about,
because
come
I
on, be
know
here.
I don't mean
Hold
that.
up. Hold up, Kareem. Let me get him. Let me get him. Now, did y'all hear what he read, right? And then,
I'm not.
bro, no, we're going to go back over that scripture. You said it's all about you, but then in the scripture it says servant. Read that scripture one more time, bro, and stop playing with us. Go ahead.
Bro, you.
No,
If you
no.
would
What you mean, no?
ever,
No,
if,
no,
He
no,
get
no.
frustrated when you make him
No,
have to confirm it.
right. No, read that scripture again, brother. Read it again. I heard servant in there.
what
And you
part of
said it's all about you, then that means no, it's not. Servant doesn't mean all about you. Now go ahead, read it again, Mr. Esoteric.
you have me muted, sir? What part do
Yeah,
you?
because now I want you to read it again.
All right. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. So what does that mean?
No, no, just finish reading it. Finish reading it.
Who, being in the form of God, thought it
Form
not
of God.
robbery.
Stop
Thought
there.
it.
Stop there. The form of God, right? I just want to
Okay.
point that out. Keep going. Keep going.
Well, what does that mean?
Come on, keep
Thought
going.
it.
No, finish where it says servant. Go ahead.
Who, being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant.
Stop right there. Form of a servant.
Okay. What is that?
He's a
You
servant.
don't know. So let me explain it to you because you got to read
No,
this,
he's a
man.
servant.
The
You asked the
form.
question because you wanted the answer, or
So
you
the
asked the
form,
question because you
oh,
don't
okay.
want an
So,
answer?
I haven't been able
if
to
it's
give
okay,
you
now
an answer.
let's break down what you said. Hold on, I got you.
You wicked,
Okay,
you're wicked as well,
no,
just
you
like them,
said it's
bro. You
all
can
about
see me.
yourself. No,
If you
so
let me read it,
no, bro, stop.
Lex, that's where you go wrong, Lex. You ask
you're
people
wicked,
questions and
bro.
they go to answering it. You cut
Right,
them off, brother.
right. You
You
said
won't let them answer.
so. What is this? Is a servant all about self, or trying to do the work for someone else? If it's which one is it?
Work of someone else.
What is it, Lex? If it's all you said, it's all. Yeah, I don't understand the scripture because this is telling you it's all about yourself. So what is
Why
a
are you
servant?
muting me, bro? If you like, what is? Yo, you never. You got it, bro. Go ahead, bro. Break it down, Jeff.
All right. Now I'm gonna ask you again. What is a servant? Is a
I
servant?
don't get to speak. I get it. I gotta get what's in there. So
All
when
right,
I'm
well, let's
able
go
to
on to
speak,
King Chef. King Chef with me. Yeah, Mugabe was there, man. All right. Yeah, you. Lex, you dropped the ball, man. So you gotta stop running around making flyers.
All right, bro.
All right.
I will not be coming here anymore. Y'all have a good one, bro.
Oh Lord.
All right. Sorry, sorry for your loss.
God.
Rima, you're a wicked, dirty bitch. Stupid bitch. Fuck, no, I don't give a fuck, bitch.
I like Lex Tanner. It's just that Lex just don't want. He just try.
dumb, bro. You motherfuckers are dumb.
All right, let's go to next.
Now,
Next
now-
time, man. All right, go ahead, Mugabe.
Right. All right. Cool.
Hold on, before you go, what did you think about that demonstration there, brother?
I think that y'all do what y'all do best over here. Y'all gang up on opposing views, and it frustrates people. But you know, I get it. I understand the brother's frustration because listen, you ask my opinion, I'm gonna tell you. Over here, when it comes to the Lionsden and y'all flunkies, I mean affiliates, what happens is when somebody has an opposing view to what y'all propagate, y'all gang up on the person, and that's not cool. And you think you won, but that's a whole nother story. But I'm glad you asked me that question. Now, back to what I was saying.
He's gonna be there too.
Now,
I
back
say
to
need some napkins.
right now. Now, allow me to right. Pardon me. Yeah, you can't. If you're trying to build, the man with the hammer has to go in with the hammer. Then the man that does the plumbing has to come and do the plumbing. Then the man does the roofing has to come and do the roofing. Y'all ain't can't be at the same spot at the same time. Now, back to what I was saying.
Man, you know,
back to what I. Now I'm gonna take it. Since I fell back for exactly 18 minutes and 30 seconds before I spoke again.
That's how it goes. Whole round.
Right, 18 minutes. 18 minutes and 30 seconds.
With nonsense. But go ahead.
No. Well, no. Kenny, if you practice a little decorum and hush your soup, practice some decorum. Hush your soup coolers. You'll get to the understanding. Now, pardon me. Curb your enthusiasm, sister. Curb your enthusiasm.
All right, let's go.
Now, back to what I was saying.
Bad too. Let's see what you got in your second
Right.
open. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, come on.
18 and a half minutes. Now, when I opened up 18 and a half minutes ago, I said to y'all that where was your God when a woman is raped in America every 2 minutes? 18 and 18 is 36 plus another one. So 36 women were forced.
I thought I answered this.
36 women were forcibly raped in just the time that y'all was over here jaw jacking and shooting the shit with each other. And I asked a specific. Let me finish, brother. That's all you got to do. Let me finish
this question.
Now, brother JJ. I took notes because I wanted to practice some decorum and make sure I remember what everybody was speaking on and how they spoke on it. Brother JJ basically did a small buck dance, and he went and spoke on a tribe in Africa that enslaves people for wronging other people for life. I can't remember the specific name of the tribe. Right, and they rape them as well. But that wasn't that had absolutely.
This is going on 2022.
Okay, right. Yeah, it's going on in 2022. But guess what? The strange part about that. The strange part about that is that had absolutely nothing to do with the conversation.
Yes, it did, because
brother JJ.
You putting all the weight on our God, nigga.
Brother JJ. I specifically said, where was the God of Abraham every 2 minutes? I didn't say where was the God of the foo-foo people. I didn't say where was the. No, let me finish. This is important.
And I told you where it was at.
Right. Okay. Excuse me. I'm not done.
The dumbass question, man.
He refused to accept the answers again.
Okay. Now, are y'all gonna practice some decorum?
That's how he said he'd be winning. He said he'd been winning for 15 years in the back streets.
He ain't
Are
been
you going to practice some decorum and allow me to finish, or you just go keep running your mouths?
We don't
Now,
want to hear this bullshit. We just
next,
answered it.
right? Next, brother Commission made a statement. He said something to the effects of apes attack as well. He said apes run around and attack people as well. Why are you not mad at God because apes attack people?
No, he
This was
said
his
white
statement.
Apes
man,
attack people in
evolution.
their own habitat.
Why are you talking? Why the fuck are you talking? Why are you talking? I'm responding to what the man put out there. I had to wait 18 minutes to respond to the man. Can I
Oh,
respond?
no, you
Oh
can't
Lord,
I wait 18
Lord.
minutes to respond to the man.
change his question.
I waited 18 minutes to
What you want to
respond
do?
to what the
Argue?
man said.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead,
Now,
D-Y.
I waited
I'm gonna answer
18
the
minutes.
question. So anybody
I
want to
I
already deal with it.
okay, Commission made a statement 18 minutes ago. I
He said, why
practiced
ain't you mad
decorum,
at the
and
atheist? You
now
didn't God.
I am
So
I
take it up.
am now responding to
I'm now
Commission's.
correcting you what you said because I caught it. He didn't say why are you mad at God. He said why are you mad? Why ain't you mad at the atheist
There
or the
you go.
evolution? So
There you go. There you go. I was
That's
just gonna
that. That's
correct
that
them, but
classic
go
Moody
ahead.
Wah, switching the
Go
words.
ahead.
right. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
D-Y. I
Go
have some
ahead.
decorum. Go.
They corrected you though, Mutawar. I was just finna say it, but they caught
I
it,
was
so
over
I
there.
ain't got to say nothing. He trying to twist it a little bit to make it seem like I put God in the equation.
Yeah, go ahead,
No,
bro.
Judah
He's
said it right
done.
though.
He's done. Go
Now
ahead.
back to what I was saying.
Yeah,
The
back to what
tactics
you're saying.
the tactics don't work on me. It's way too much going on. The bullshit tactics don't work. It just really doesn't. It really shows the
He's
lack of
not in
intellectual
America.
capacity. It really it really it really shows the lack of intellectual capacity. It shows the lack of decorum. It shows the lack of everything. Right.
He said intellectual capacity.
Yeah.
Damn,
Now
man.
All right, go ahead.
now
Yeah, man. I'm gonna just say this right here, man.
commission. You didn't. I didn't
But it
never
was my
finish
turn.
addressing what you said.
I
So
thought it
Go
was
ahead,
my turn
Go
after
ahead,
Madiwa.
Mutawar.
I thought it was my
I
turn
didn't.
Let
after
him say what
Madiwa.
he finna say, y'all.
It's
Let him
King.
say
Yeah.
it.
I thought
I
King
waited
Self was after
18 I
Madiwa.
waited 18 minutes to address the things y'all said the first time.
Yeah, King Self
So
after
And
at
that was a
least,
long 18 minutes for this nigga.
yeah, it was a long eight. I listened to a lot of shit that I did not agree with for 18 minutes.
Well,
I
you don't
waited.
have to agree with it,
Wait,
Moody
listen,
Waffle. That's
listen.
the thing.
I
You don't have
I wait. Listen
you
carefully.
don't have to agree with it.
I
But
waited
when we
18
answered the
minutes. I
questions
waited
that you
18
posed,
minutes.
you
I
didn't
waited 18
you
minutes
didn't accept them.
I listened for 18 minutes for shit that
But
I
what did
didn't
I
agree
say? What
with
did that bull
and
say
did
if you
not
listened for
interrupt
18 minutes?
and
What
did
did that bull
not
say when it was his turn to
interrupt
speak?
and did not interrupt not
All
one
right,
No,
so
time.
everybody be
I'm
quiet.
just trying to see if
Back
you
to
actually
Did
listened.
not interrupt not one
hey,
time.
I'm confused.
Did
That
not
bullshit.
interrupt not one time. Now,
Go
back
ahead.
to what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Commission made a statement concerning apes and why isn't the atheist community mad about apes attacking people or apes attacking or something to the effect. I'm paraphrasing. And he said they're simply animals and we're not concerned with what animals do. And while he was saying that, I was agreeing with everything he said. I was like, yes, he gets it. He understands. He understands that these are mere animals doing what animals do. Guess what? No different than the ape that we call Homo sapiens sapien. An animal doing what animals do. No God involved, no God required. And although there are women that are being sexually assaulted every 2 minutes, God can't stop it because it's not meant to be stopped by your fictional character. Those are animals doing what animals do. That's what I want to address to. Then Brother Abdul came in next. See, I wrote it down because I wanted to practice some decorum in responding to people and not just respond out of emotion. Now, Brother Abdul came in and he made a statement about, well, my kids won't, nothing won't happen to them because I have them with me at all times. He said, I watch over them at all times to make sure nothing happens to them. And all of us agreed with him. Great job, Dad. Great job, Dad. You're actually doing a better job of watching your children
I
than
spoke of
God
the
is
man
doing.
of light.
You're actually doing a better job of watching over your flock than your so-called Abrahamic God is doing. You're actually being hands-on and making sure that your flock is taken care of much more than your Abrahamic God is doing. So good job, Dad. You should look at that. Where was the Abrahamic God looking over his flock? I'm not done. I'm not done at all. Now, the next person to say something was Brother Seth. Brother Seth came in and pretty much laid it out. He said, wait a minute. He said, wait a minute. Y'all God has always been tangible, practical, getting it in. This is what the book says. The book says y'all God is out here parting waters. Y'all God out here working his magic, doing all of this stuff. So don't sit back now and say that this God is inside. This is what Brother Seth said. And I said, yes, I agree with that. I didn't amen him. I didn't interrupt him. I let him cook. Fundamentally agreed with what he said. Brother Lex was the one that came in next. See, this is what happens when you take notes and use decorum. You can actually listen to people's talking points instead of being emotional. Now, Brother Lex came in next, and he started his spiel, and y'all started instantly attacking the brother. So the brother could not even get his spiel off to even be dissected. To the point the man got frustrated and was like, you know what? I'm completely out of here. I can't even converse with these people. And y'all think it's funny. Y'all think it's funny when you attack people like that. You cannot grow. You cannot build. We cannot get out of our condition if y'all keep up that bullshit, y'all. You can totally disagree with somebody, but have enough respect for us as brothers and sisters to shut the fuck up and let them finish their thought. And with that, I land the plane.
Okay. Let
It's my turn. It's my turn, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna respond to him first,
Nah,
and then you can
but it's
Is
my
go.
it a
turn. But it's my
banana?
turn. It's my turn, Kamisha. Now, Kamisha, you gotta wait to respond, just like Madiwa did. You gotta wait.
No, it's my turn, brother. You come in the cycle.
No, I was after Madiwa. I was after Madiwa. Yes, yes, I was. Yes, yes, I was. I was after him. I mean, like you said, y'all flunkies. I mean, y'all affiliates. My bad. Yeah, go. Yeah.
Let me give you an example. Since he want to deal with materialistic things, I'm gonna make something so plain that it's just gonna be crazy if you reject this. In the world of construction, and Mutawa know this well, just like anybody else here, or just dealing with being around the house, you have what you call power tools, right? Now those power tools are powered by either electricity or they handheld dealing with battery. No matter what the case, if you plug it in, it has to be plugged in order for that tool to work. Now, if you place the batteries in it because the battery died, right, so to speak, and that's needed, then it's the battery that's driving that particular tool. So now if you go somewhere and you got a saw, for example, which is a power tool, you might have it plugged in, you move the wire, nobody else, you start sawing and cutting something, and then you basically, yeah, and you basically end up basically cutting your fingers off or whatever the case may be. Would you blame God for cutting your fingers off, or would you blame yourself for not being careful? And if you blame yourself for not being careful, then basically you would be correct because, yeah, God gave you the knowledge to be able to utilize that tool in the proper way. But taking God outside of the creation, you was the one that chose to plug that tool into that wall or place the battery in that special demonstration and proceed forward. And it's the same thing when you deal with spirit in man. God put a spirit in man, right? But man also has what you call a soul, because soul and spirit is not the same. The soul is where we call it soul action, thinking, willing, reason, understanding, remembering. This is where your actions come into play at. If you choose to misuse those actions, bro, you can't blame it on the spirit that is within you. Lex was talking about two spirits. That was funny. Yeah, we was laughing at that, brother, because that don't make no sense. Spirit has no gender. It's neither masculine nor feminine, even though translators use the word he. Some of them use the word she. And spirit also is not uh, limited to number. Spirit deal with holistic quality. So that same spirit, symbolic to that same battery or that power source that's being plugged into the human being, so to speak, we can't blame the Most High because he gave us free will. Because that's what atheists are trying to do. You basically say you wanted to make you a robot. You gonna get mad because the Most High gave you free will, bro, and criticize him because he gave you the ability to be rational. If he didn't give you that rationality, you wouldn't be able to oppose us right now. Mudawa. I rest my case right there.
All right, so it's my turn, and I hope everybody give me the same respect that they just gave Kamisha. If y'all don't mind, can you? Okay. Now, what Madiwa was saying was totally correct, bro. And what Commission is saying, that is what mostly African spirituality has to do with. We always say that God was within you, God was within you. But when it comes to the Abrahamic faith, when it comes to the Abrahamic belief, they never say that God is in them. They say the spirit. But just a while ago, like Madiwa said, that he said, oh, God was in that Commission said, and every Hebrew Israelite on the line agreed that God is within you. And he made an example about Moses, saying that Moses was saying that he knew God was in him. So my thing is, and my question to the whole panel is, if God is within you and y'all saying that you have this, y'all got it's a separate entity that's up to, that's the Most High, then he worked through y'all through the spirit, and then Commission says y'all also got a soul, which is different from the spirit. Who are y'all praying to? Who, if the God is within you and the spirit is within you, who are you praying to? Who are you doing these Sabbaths for? Who in the Torah was y'all sacrificing these animals to? Who was y'all doing all this to? If it's in you, that's what y'all keep saying. It's within you. Is it the spirit that's within you, or did God break off a piece of himself and put it in every human? That way he have this spirit in everybody. You see what I'm saying? So who are y'all praying to? Who do y'all do this Sabbath every Saturday for? That's what I want to know.
Since you addressed me, I'm gonna say this and I'm done. I ain't gonna even be long-winded about it. Prayer, my brother, is when you talk to God. Within. Meditation is when you listen to God. Within. And I'm gonna leave it like that.
Bravo.
Now, Brother Commission, I want to address something you said about the power tool
Oh, it's my
situation.
turn. Wait a minute, man.
Who was saying my turn?
No,
who was that saying my turn?
Went.
Who was that saying that? Who was that saying that?
Went, bro.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, what the? All right, hold on. Let me chill out. All right, let me get to let me address King Seth with scripture. All right. Since y'all want to deal with scriptures, y'all want to say the scriptures say this and the scripture don't say that. See, when we deal with our God, we dealing within the scripture. All right, let's go to Ephesians 3:16 through 17. Right. I pray that out of his glorious riches he may strengthen you with power through his spirit in your inner being, so that Christ may dwell in your hearts
through faith. And I pray that you may be rooted and established in love. Look, I got some more. Hold up. Let's read more. Because King Seth, you said that the Most High.
Could you read that again, brother JJ, please, one time?
Yeah, let me go back to it, man. Damn, lost my spot. Hold up.
Don't nobody want the ancestors didn't give a fuck about that shit.
Why you gotta be disrespectful, man? That's your problem, man. Grow up, man. Like hold up. See, our Bible tell us about how God is within us. You goddamn bozo. You goddamn clown. You disrespectful fucking ape. This is what we do. So shut your stupid ass up and learn. Write this shit down, nigga, and go look it up. Because the Most High Spirit works within us. Now, just because you all go out and do some stupid ass shit, he gives you a free will to make a goddamn decision. I guess as when in your comedic thought, you're dealing with your Lord's goddamn self, you idiot.
I think you dealing with your Lord self, JJ,
bro,
right
let
now.
Me talk. Bro, be
You
quiet.
your lower self right now. You and your lower self right now. Right now.
Now, the Lord is the Spirit. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 3-17. Can I get 3 minutes? You rambled on and didn't say shit. Your second round, you came back with the same nonsense. This is what these dudes do. They want to sit here and question us. Well, your God, and complain about your God and this and that. Nigga, where's your God? Where's your Ma'at God? Where's your chimp God that's leading you? Huh? You don't have no doctor for none of that shit.
Damn.
Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord, there's freedom. That's 2 Corinthians 3:17. Do you know? This is 1 Corinthians 6:19-20. Hold up. Do you know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from the Most High God? Huh? Y'all gonna stop playing with us. You niggas don't have no doctrine. You don't have nothing to stand on. You want to come in here and complain and cry and try to put down our Bible when y'all don't have no guidance. There's no set doctrine with these dudes. They jump around from here to there. Is no standard. I can do as I will. That's the holy Allah with your wicked asses. They want to come over here and complain. Let's go to some more scripture, shall we? Galatians 5:22-23. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. How about 1 John 4:13? This is how we know that we live in him and he is in us. He has given us his Spirit. Bro, hey, Kareem, mute him because I didn't say shit.
We do
it. Decorum.
Yeah, because it gets beat up. Now, how about John 4:24? God is spirit, and his worshipers must worship in the spirit and in truth. You got to be connected. You can't just discredit the creator or whatever name you want to call it and say, I am that. No, this spirit was put into the vessel that we're operating in right now. And you talking about where's God when somebody got raped? Hey, he was right there.
Watching, huh? Holding the dick, huh?
Hey, right there. He operates through you.
Only a sick individual will find that funny and say something like that.
You niggas is weird, bro. You niggas is weird, bro. You niggas weird, bro.
Did you
see
niggas is weird, my nigga.
You niggas is weird, bro.
It came out his mouth.
Oh man.
He was right there.
It was right there, huh? He was right there, huh? He was right there, huh?
Yeah, why he's right there. Because that person has the spirit of God.
Oh man. These niggas is nuts, man. These niggas is nuts.
Hey JJ, hey JJ, bro, you on point, bro. I give honors to you. Everything you quoted, but I'm a body bag. I'm a body bag. This cat right here.
Bro,
shut the.
Okay, let me mute that.
What happened to the decorum and shit?
Oh.
Remember
yeah.
trying to say this nigga?
Hey, why you do that when
He
King
does this
Chef
shit?
talk?
Oh God, yeah, that shit funny as fuck, bro.
I know that. So just man, chill out, bro. We trying to learn. I'm trying. Listen, bro. I'm not playing games with this, bro. You asked the question. I'm showing you in our book.
The sad part about it is I know you're not
Shut
playing
the
games.
hell up.
I know you're not playing games, bro.
Okay.
I know you're serious, bro. That's the funny part about it. I know you're serious. And that's the sad part. You're dead ass serious about the things you're saying. And that's disheartening.
Thank you, Karima. Can you control the board a little bit better? Look, I mean, mute these niggas instantly. If they don't have respect, throw his ass out. For real. Because I mean, he's coming in and being a distraction. He has no.
I hope we get rid of this
He's
nigga.
a questionnaire. He's like the Riddler or somebody. Come around. Hey, riddle me this and riddle me that. Come on, popping frozen facts. Sit your ass down with your guy. Keep doing this. Ass on that.
I want to riddle the commission right quick. Let me riddle the commission. He said something, and I just want to. We can get to the scripture. We can get back to the scriptures in a minute, bro. I just want to riddle the commission because the brother has a little element of decorum. I like his style. He means well. And he's not really. He ain't really.
You better get the hell up out of here, bro. Hey, Karima, mute this nigga. I don't should have to push the button and talk at the same time because I'm on my phone. I can't read my information. I got control of the back chat then. Shut the hell up and listen, learn, write some notes down, nigga. You disrespectful. You coming in here with this scientific evolution, racism bullshit. Well, we are chimps, and goddamn it, Charles Darwin is the know-all, the tell-all, what's really going on. And our people's dumb as hell for believing in a fairy tale book. But you know what? Okay, are we great apes, Mudawa? Mudawa said we great apes. I can pull up an article right now where great apes is getting their ass kicked by these goddamn chimps. We not great apes.
Where this nigga come from with this shit? Where he come from? This nigga all over the place, bro. You all over the. All right, brother, JJ. Brother JJ. Where did he go? Where did his ass go? That nigga kicked himself out of here. That nigga got said that pseudo shit and fell off.
Well,
anyway,
hold
there
up, hold up. Where you at, JJ?
Hold on, Erica.
JJ, you back?
Hold on.
That nigga slipped off the roof, fell and broke his neck.
Why he wishing death upon you? He wants you to slip off the roof. Damn. You atheist niggas is the worst. Y'all talking about kids and everything. Damn, you atheist niggas.
Damn.
Nigga slipped off the roof, slipped on the shingle. Nigga slipped on the shingle.
Shit, I don't even fuck with no roofs. I deal with flat roofs. I ain't know how.
All right, for sure.
Oh, flat, commercial, industrial. I catch me at noontime up there on a roof.
On a hot ass shingle at high noon summertime heat.
Hey, some of the Mexican odds, man, they move around there like
I know, bro. That was like one of my first real gigs as a youngster, man. I did roofing. I did that shit for a summer. And that was back in the day.
Tell us how you prayed to God.
We had to lift the tar. We had to lift the tar up by buckets. You know what I'm saying? I remember that shit, bro.
You doing hot roofing. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get back to this ass whooping that you've been receiving. Now I'm gonna ask you a question, brother. Without adding the Bible, complaining about the Bible, I want you to go in and tell us why Charles Darwin was absolutely correct. We're great apes.
Okay, well, let me say this first and foremost. Science doesn't use absolutes. Now that we got that out the way, I can discuss Darwin with you.
Go ahead.
Oh, wait a minute. You say science don't use absolutes.
Science doesn't deal in absolutes, brother.
You do know they call the force that control the universe the absolute, right?
Well, again,
science
let me cook right quick. Let me cook.
Science doesn't want to hear you cook because you're gonna burn.
I understand. I understand.
All right, we got our other champion in the building, Yasha Ben Israel. So be careful what you say, Mudawa.
Yasha,
Brother Terry, what's
little
happening?
scary. Good morning, scary Terry. I mean Yasha, how you doing, brother?
Hey, what the hell? I ain't never known Terry to be scared, but go ahead, man.
Now
What up,
back to
dog?
what
Hold up,
up,
y'all.
though. Now back to what I was saying. When you speak upon evolution, you speak upon evolution simply means change over time. That's all it means, bro. You know,
Really
and
don't be.
we see evidence of change over time every day in our life. We see it on the macro level. We also see it on the micro level. Yes, we do see it. The reason why you guys have a problem with it is
Don't need the
because
Bible out
you
of it.
the reason I didn't say nothing about the Bible. I said the reason why you guys have a problem with it is because you really genuinely haven't done the study non-biasedly. Now, if you study human evolution or biology non-biased, don't take any of your preconceived notions into the study of the subject. And I know that's going to be hard because you have a particular worldview. But if you can leave your worldview at the front door and study the information non-biased, it's going to start making perfect sense to you. And it's going to chip away at some of your preconceived notions. And to a point, you're going to be like, you know what? All right, I get it now. It makes sense.
All right.
Everything is going to begin to make sense to you, bro.
Okay, well, make sense for this for me. Are we great apes or are apes great apes? I got to. Are we great apes?
You
Great apes? Or are we the same? That's kind
you're
of
the Homo sapien is the apex ape.
great. No, but at one point y'all said we were great apes. Did
Yes,
y'all? Okay,
yes,
out there.
yes. Yes. I'm
Where
a
is Encino
Wait,
Man at?
no. I do. I got him because then the confusion will
Okay.
come in. Then maybe question when I get done with him. Let me get a couple of minutes with him.
Okay, brother.
All right. Peace and bless. All right. So we great apes.
Yes. Apex
Are there
apes.
other
Yes.
great apes?
Are there other great apes? No. You are a human being
All right.
is the great ape, the
Pull up
apex
my
ape.
article. All right. Let me pull up my article. Hold up. All right. Because I read it.
Do you know what makes us the great ape, or would you like for me to tell you what makes us the great ape?
Okay. Well, first let me ask you. It's called tax economy, right? Somebody came.
Taxonomy, yes.
Thank you for
Yes.
correcting my English. Uh, there was a man named Carl Linnaeus.
Linnaeus.
Thank you for
Yeah, there
correcting
you
my
go.
French.
Yep.
Now he came up with the idea
Troglodyte nigga.
that we were great apes, right around.
He built on it. Yes, he did. It wasn't his in totality, but continue.
Okay. So what were we called before they came up with this?
Well, most of the scientists prior to what we know about evolution, including Darwin, they were trying to prove the Garden Eden Adam and Eve narrative. Most of the Europeans were trying to prove, and this is they were trying to prove that life started with Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve were white people, and everybody else was a degenerate version of white people. This is
Oh,
what most of the scientists were trying to
yeah,
go
right.
out
It's
and
called
prove.
scientific racism, right?
Right. This was the foundation
You say
of
that
the
real
research.
nonchalantly. Did
Right. Right. It was but for
right?
them this was their research question. Their research question was based on the biblical narrative. They according to them they were trying to prove the Bible to be right.
And you know what
Here
they
Around
said?
is
what
this.
year?
Hey, Blue,
Around what year was this?
let's
This is
hold on. Let me say this. They said that the Sand People were monstrous.
right.
Mon-
I agree with you. I agree that they said that. You can
That's what I don't get.
what I'm saying what I'm saying is, bro, you can add a disparaging word to someone. You can add a disparaging word, but it doesn't change the fact of who they are.
So were they monsters?
Not to me, not to
So, but
you.
so to their teachings. But if you're pushing their teachings, would you say, well, don't believe this part?
What? No.
So you would
Listen to
say
what I'm
believe
saying.
that part.
Listen to what I'm saying. If
No,
you're
I'm listening.
using,
Ask you.
listen, I'm going to answer your question.
All right, go ahead.
If I come to if I come to if I come to your job and I know what you do for a living and or a person that's never done it before, it comes to your job and says, "Oh my God, JJ works. His boss is a monster because his boss has him on this roof in 100-degree weather, and I'm stating the facts, but I'm using a descriptive word to describe your boss that might not be true.
Right.
That descriptive word, let me finish. That descriptive word to describe your boss is simply my opinion. I'm using an opinion, but I'm wrapping it with the facts. So when they looked at the sand people and called the sand people monstrous, okay, that's your opinion, but the fact still remains that those are the oldest living group of people that we know. You can call them what you want to.
Are you long-winded, brother? Long-winded. Stop for 1 second. All right, now that's
But can I say this? Can I say this right quick, and then I'm gonna let you cook. This is what I want. This is what I want all the brothers and sisters in earshot of what I'm saying to fully understand. When you're talking about, if we're talking about African studies, we're talking about Africana studies. It is impossible. I'm going to say this again. It is impossible to truly study African studies and Africana studies without studying human evolution.
Okay, stop. All right.
What? I'm going.
All right, let me get in. All right, now first, we're not Carl
Linnaeus, brother, Linnaeus.
Linnaeus is not African studies. I'm gonna park my bicycle right there, and then I'm gonna jump on another bike. All right, that's not African studies. And when you said something about a job, okay, well, you know how they say your boss is monstrous. You know, we were describing that's describing a boss in a work situation.
Absolutely.
These people that were doing this study, we're not talking about a work situation. They were trying to degrade a race of people, to make put themselves on a pedestal over there by calling them monstrous. So that scenario you use didn't work. It don't mesh, bro. So we're not gonna let you do that to the people. Can't do that, movie wise. Now, the reason why I say this to say that to say this, you are using these people as a know-all, and you know, we dumb for dealing with the Bible when these guys said this. They are the authority. They are the scientists. They studied this. But the whole time they're trying to uplift themselves over a race of people by calling them monsters. But Charles Darwin, the other one, Charles Darwin, you know, calling aboriginals up underneath them savages.
Hey JJ, we gonna start calling Mudawa Barata. You see, Barata, yeah, that's his new name, Barata. Now you know the word Homo sapiens actually means wise man, right? In Latin. You
Correct.
see, wise man, not wise ape, but wise man, right?
Correct.
And the reason why I say I wanted to name him Barata is because it's a time when our brother Yeshua was teaching a brother in the Circle 7. And basically he was saying that we evolved from worms, from beasts, and all this type of stuff, reptiles. Evolution is what he was saying, right? And what happened is Yeshua responded to him. He say, enlighten a rainbow. Who told? He say, are you a mastermind and don't know that man knows nothing by being told? He say, man may believe what others say, but he never knows. And if man must know, he must be what he know, right? Then he said, do you remember a rainbow when you was an ape, a bird, or a worm? He said, now if you have no other proving in your plea than that the precept told you so, in other words, his case, the European told him so, then you do not know, you simply guess. You see?
So, is that a let me ask you a question. Is that a surah? Is that where is that from?
The Circle 7 Holy Quran, brother.
Oh, that's from the Circle 7. And let me tell you what's beautiful. Let me tell you what's beautiful about that. Let me tell you what's beautiful about that. I completely
it fit the narrative.
I completely agree with that passage from the Circle 7 Quran. Unfortunately for those that are only half hearing it, we have a thing called the fossil record that attests to everything that was just said. We know that you come from a lesser ape. We know that lesser ape came from a lesser being. We have the fossil record we have the fossil record to confirm this, brother.
Where?
Now,
You
let me finish. Let me
Put the
let
link
me
back there for
let me
us.
let me finish,
Reese
brother.
didn't go long,
Let me. I'm not gonna go long. I'm not gonna go long. I'm not gonna go long. Anyone, I put this
Don't
challenge
forget
out there.
what you said.
I put this challenge out there again.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this real slow, real concise.
Say it,
If you don't believe the contemporary human evolutionary narrative, I challenge any of you to put forth a creation or beginning narrative greater than in public for
The
the record
Bible.
okay.
for $1,000 cash.
Okay. All right.
The
I want to
Bible. And
do
it's
that.
been here. It's been a
Put
record.
it out,
God
dude.
damn it. The Bible.
Speak.
It's
Don't,
telling you.
don't interrupt the Mudawar. Let him cook.
No, that's all I wanted to say. And I
All
just
right, let
wanted
me
to say,
cook a little bit. Please.
where are these fossil records?
Yeah,
Because I love this
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I love science. I love going to
Came
museums
in
and shit.
explodes and busts his
Where,
head, bro.
right? Where's the
So
Encino Man? Where's the Encino Man? That's
where
what
he
they
at?
call him. Where's the Encino Man, my
He
nigga?
don't know.
Where is the plethora? Because we got a plethora of all these bones and these animals that we say we know, except when it comes to this so-called missing link, linking us to some monkeys, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion, we are the same as when the Most High put us here. We look the same, nigga. And y'all
facts.
trying to make these other little things, other things, bro. And we ain't going for it. Ain't nobody that stupid.
Facts.
Look, bro.
I
This
told
is
Uncle
the
up on it. I beat the brakes off of Unc, and that stuff been dead, man. We know that the DNA of the ape is not the same as that of man. They only deal with RNA. We also
And the
know for a
reason we are
fact.
similar is because we have the same fucking maker.
Right.
Exactly.
Let me build on that. I'm a
Go
producer,
ahead, man.
Neil's a producer and stuff. Most of my beats are going to sound alike and
Yeah.
similar.
Facts.
Just like Neil's, just like Dr. Dre, when you hear
Facts.
Timberland,
Facts.
period. Just like when you
Facts.
see artists, people who draw and all that stuff, or architects who design buildings, you can
Facts.
tell it's theirs because their
Yeah.
mark is on it.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
And the thing
like I
is
don't
about beats,
understand. He's
though.
supposed to be like you supposed to be intellectual, bro. Like,
That's
and this
right.
is bothering me that your brain, that your heart, that the Lord put the laws and command right there is fucked up and jumbled, bro.
I believe he reincarnated
Re-educate yourself,
European.
brother.
I believe he's a reincarnated European that came back in the body of a brother from the hood. That's what I believe. He might
Now
be Linnaeus. He
let me
might be
now,
Linnaeus
let
also.
me just
He tried
let me
he tried
let
to
me just
devolve. He tried to devolve somewhere and got stuck.
all right now I know I know that and
Barato
I know that
Linnaeus.
yeah I know
Go
that
ahead,
brother Commission
y'all
you don't
turn.
mind.
Y'all
I know that. Hold on. Let me just say this.
Nah, man. Nah, you
I
keep
know
doing
that brother. I know that brother Yasha doesn't mind reading. I know that brother Yasha doesn't mind reading. I know that brother Commission doesn't mind reading. You know, I know that a few more of y'all don't mind doing a little bit of reading. Now there's
you
a
a big reader. Your reading is fundamental with you, but you lack understanding what you read.
I
That's what you
understand,
do.
brother.
No,
I got it. I got it.
let me
But
cook.
I said
It was
that.
my turn. Remember, you already win. You're not jumping back
I'm
in when it's your turn. Remember, it was my turn.
God damn, bro.
Let me get a turn real quick. Real quick.
Come on, man. She's
Uh,
trying. Yeah. Go ahead.
I had a conversation with some of the guys like Unc, and and Imutawa, and these guys talk a lot about science. I don't hear a whole lot about science. I hear a lot about evolution. I don't hear a lot about science in general. But I'm asking, why don't y'all talk about things that like CERN, what they doing? They just started. They just pushed the button on the Hadron Collider, July 5th. And these people, I mean, wouldn't it be beneficial that you brothers break that stuff down and tell us what the fuck that these people are doing, really?
Well,
I mean,
I
on a
think
scientific level.
I think I understand your question, but you're that when you're talking about a hydrogen collider, you're talking about dealing with physics, and when you talk about evolution, you're talking about dealing with biology. And usually, people that have a area of knowledge in one, that they're not as good in the other. Very few people, have the time and the ability to be good at both. You're either gonna be in the realm of physics, like a Neil deGrasse Tyson, or you're gonna be in biology, like the Hawkinses and other people that deal with the
I get
evolutionary
that.
narrative.
I'm saying like, but if science is the telltale greatest shit in the world, we shouldn't be talking about evolution all day. I mean, they should be talking about things that are into like you say, the physicist stuff. You know, you should be talking about different other fields of science. If
But
science is the
yeah,
I'm at
telltale
well,
sign.
I'm
yeah,
at the motor.
I actually do though, bro. I speak on I'm personally drawing up the plans to build a solar powered electric vehicle charging station for myself. You know what I mean? And once I get the plans drawn out, I'm gonna show other people how to do it. You know what I mean? Because that shit is
Okay,
important.
well, hey,
I think
what
that
about the other thing you told me you was gonna do?
let me
That solar power, that solar power lip that you can make that you can eat pork chop 2.0.
yeah, yeah. I said that. I said that to say that you know, and I say this to all of the people that call themselves in comedic science. I think that we should be at the forefront of understanding solar technology. If we running around talking about Ra, Amun Ra, the sun, the sun is the real God, this, that, and the other, we should be at the forefront of solar technology. That's just my opinion.
Right. Now
You know.
let's segue off that, Terry. Now, why ain't
Yeah.
Jabari teaching that, Terry?
Yeah, see, but I've asked that question 1,000 times. You know, I say these brothers is talking about Kemet, but when you got guys like Nikola Tesla going back and studying ancient Indian and ancient Kemetic history and found electric bottles and found that these people were working with electricity. I mean, all of this great stuff, that's great stuff in Kemet. I'm just wondering, why is it that this white man and all of these other white folks can go back during the Enlightenment age and study the greatness of black people, but these Negroes today that's talking this Kemet stuff, you know, they can't pull nothing up out of there. They can't even pull out the metal netter accurately without arguing.
You
You
know
dig what
why?
I'm saying?
You know why, Terry? Because they ain't got no faith in it for real. And you got to believe in the God that existed during Kemet in order to tap into that power. You can't be an atheist and tap into that.
I totally disagree with that, brother.
I totally
Kanisha.
agree. That's
I
the
think that
difference
the
between
problem.
knowing
I think that the
and knowing
problem.
of.
I think the problem comes in that because of our condition here in North America as Black people, we were the only thing we were exposed to was spirituality. The first business that a Black man had was a fucking church. So we know how to tap into people's spirituality very well. We have not been taught how to tap into science very well. So we're always, even though we're basically doing ancient Kemet in Christian face. You know what I mean? Like if you look around, and I'm not gonna say no names, most of these cats ain't doing nothing but being regular preachers. They're not scientifically literate men that are teaching
What
science
you
to the
mean you ain't
people
gonna
that
say?
are in.
Just say
I'm not
Jabari.
gonna I'm not
Stop
gonna say no names.
being biased
It's a
and scared. Acting
I'm
like
just saying.
a
I'm gonna
But
debate.
say
it's more than
uh,
him.
it's
You
more than him,
understand?
right? I'm gonna say it's more than him. When you
All right, well, give us a name.
even when we talk about I'm not gonna put none of the brothers on the spot. You
You
know,
ain't
I
even
mean,
give
I
I give
if you did, it ain't like y'all buddy, like you be
a name.
all on his show, like it's going to hurt you, you know,
But
any
what I'm
kind of
saying,
way.
what
Let's say a
I'm
name.
saying is, no, what I'm saying is, if I mention a man name
God.
in
If
a
it's an
way like
Israelite,
that,
you could throw his name out there as fast as lightning.
I
Say the
mean,
comedic name, brother. You
I
buy
would
it.
venture, bro. I'm not being biased. I'm just
Say
saying I
his
would
name.
Well,
like
I
for the
mean,
brothers.
if he was really being biased, he'd be trying to protect them niggas in the midst of
Right,
their fuckery, and
right.
he knows
Thank
just
you,
as well
Terry.
Yeah,
as
he's
I know. He
being
knows
biased.
just as
If
well as I know that they not
whether it's
bringing
half
shit
or full, still
that they
biased.
not bringing shit to the people, and
Right,
that's
right.
the important part. That
That's
they,
the
that
that.
that
Thank you,
it is
Terry.
so much in ancient history that we could benefit from that these Negroes ain't doing it. Sad
Who?
part about it, the
Who
Israelites
Negro?
ain't doing it either.
I'm gonna say a name.
Very few
Info
Israelites
DG. How
going
about
back
this?
doing it.
How about this? I'm gonna say a name. Because the question you said, why ain't these commanders doing this? The only commanders that we deal with is Baba Haru, Info DG, Shaka, Sarah Shooting Seti, because he one of them, and the other one, Jabari. Now I ain't gonna be scared to say their name like Mudawai. He don't want to hurt no feelings.
Well,
And Daniel Haru.
as I said, brother, it speaks to the condition that we going through in North America. Like we're just trying to replace Christian with a different form of spirituality. That's why you see all of these cats run into all of these hodgepodge of different religions and spiritual systems, because they're not looking at it from how do I grow and how do I develop? Everybody's trying to tap into
Hey, check this out.
something spiritual.
What other?
Check this out.
Hold on,
Check this out.
What other spiritual systems are we talking about? Name them.
We talking about you talking about you millions of different types of brews. We're talking about the millions of different types of Muslims, from the nation down to the American Sunni, down to the motherfucking to the Moors. We're talking about all of the. We're talking about. Hold on, let me finish, brother.
Watch me.
We talking about these cats that's running to being Jehovah Witness. We talking about these cats we talking about all of these cats that's looking for a spiritual. They're looking for supernatural. Let me finish. We're talking about all these cats that's looking for supernatural solutions to man-made problems. I'm more of a practical person.
What about Kemet? So we should all go to Kemet because you didn't. That wasn't on your list, right?
It was on my list to begin with.
Say
it was on my list to begin with.
Say it again.
What's understood don't need to be overstated.
Say it again.
Understood don't need to be overstated.
See,
you heard it the first time.
Wait, no, I didn't hear it the first time. I would have never asked you to say it.
You did. Yeah, you did.
Mudawa, do you honor the laws of Ma'at, brother?
He didn't say. Yeah, he didn't say.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let me ask you this question then. Since you honor the laws of Ma'at, there's one of the laws. It's Law 25. I have not stopped my ears against the words of right and truth. Can you say that you in conjunction with that right now?
Absolutely. Yes, I can.
And what make you think you in line with that?
Because I as a man of science, I deal it's things that are evidence based. So if the things that you're propagating has to be evidence based for me to adhere to it or walk with it. Now, of course,
brother,
there's something.
You are a Mason, brother. You're a Mason, bro. You already told us this.
The great what was science called before it was called science, Mudawa? What was science called?
Philosophy, sir. Philosophy,
sir. It goes back further than that, though.
But no, it's called philosophy, sir.
But it goes back further than
the father of science is philosophy, because
it goes back further than that, though.
Okay, well,
I'm asking you, can you go to the root?
Well, I'm saying maybe in my neophyte mind, I don't know. So can you enlighten me?
Yes, I will. It comes from, and this word go across the board of both books that are known to be religious texts, bro. Just to let you know. In Arabic, it's ilm or ilm, which is knowledge. And also in the Hebrew, it's olam, which actually deals with knowledge, but it actually deals with the knowledge of creation, the hidden sciences, that which is hidden in nature. So scientists, even Tesla, told you that if you wanted to be accurate in your scientific findings, you got to go back to Egypt. So in other words, in Egypt, they wasn't dealing with modern day science as the European demonstrated. It was called alchemy, brother. That's what real knowledge is. Knowing how to go into the elements and deal with the elements and come up with findings. Elements such as your earth, your air, your water, your fire. They call it hydrogen, not nitrogen. You know what I mean? Carbon. You see, these are the elements that they're dealing with in most cases.
But so what I'm saying is, we're in agreement on that. We're in agreement on that.
Okay, so what I'm saying though, brother, this was rooted in religious texts. I'm telling you that this was the original way. I ain't talking about the way somebody's interpretation of it is. Because somebody said this and said that.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Listen to what I'm saying, brother. Listen to what I'm saying. Yes, we are in full agreement to that. But just because something started a particular way does not mean that is the way to advance that particular thing. If that's the case, every car would still have wagon wheels on it and not rubber wheels on it, because that was the original way. Sometimes you can advance a thing and you might have to leave aspects of the original behind, brother. What the
Stop right
European
there with
what
the
the let me
evolution
finish.
thing.
Let me
No,
finish. Let me finish.
you
I'm answering
off the
Commission.
great age.
I'm answering Commission right now,
Answer this
bro.
question, man. Go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah, I'm gonna answer his question. Now, when we're talking about the science thing, what the European did, he went into the greatest society of the time, extrapolated the science from them, and slowly discarded the quote unquote religious aspects of it and built on the science of it. He went into China, saw the Chinamen with fireworks. He extrapolated the science of it and disregarded the religious aspect of it to the point where he created the fire on. I'm not saying that it's always a great thing, but I'm saying at some point, if we want to advance as a people, we have to start advancing the sciences and set aside. You don't have to completely forget your religious aspects if you don't want to, but you got to set that shit aside and move forward, because it's too many of y'all, and too many of y'all is looking for crazy solutions for man-made problems, and y'all not putting in no work,
All
no
right.
real
Hey,
work.
hey,
Go
hey,
ahead, JJ.
Mudawar, you went on. I want to hear JJ, but I want to say
Yeah.
this, and this is a scientific quote, and I'm gonna land my plane right here. And this is the source it come from, too, family. This is to a student, Phyllis Wright, in 1936, who asked if scientists pray. And this was Albert Einstein. He said, everyone who is seriously involved in the pursuit of science becomes convinced that a spirit is manifest in the laws of the universe, a spirit vastly superior to that of man. I rest my case.
Okay. And I'll close with a quote myself from the great Neil deGrasse Tyson, a brother of ours, astrophysicist. He said, and I quote, religion is an ever receding pocket of scientific ignorance. I'm going to say that again. Religion is an ever receding pocket of scientific ignorance. Basically, what he's saying is, as man becomes more intelligent, more intellectual about his natural environment, the less he's going to rely on religion to explain things around him. Go ahead, JJ.
All right. Scientific racism, sometimes, excuse me, termed biological racism, is a pseudo-scientific belief that empirical evidence exists to support or justify racism, racial discrimination, racial inferiority, racial superiority. Historically, scientific racism received credence throughout the scientific community. Excuse whoever. Dividing humankind into biographically distinct groups is sometimes called racialism, race realism, or race science. By the proponents, modern scientific consciousness rejects this view as being incompatible with modern genetic research. So at one point in time, these people was using science to discredit another race or a people. And they can say that they don't do this today, but this is what their science was built off of. And it still goes on to this day because they're still quoting these racist scientists such as Charles Darwin.
Can you read the last
So,
paragraph of that again, brother?
I'm
Can you
speaking.
can you read the last sentence of what
Bro,
you read again?
I'm gonna wait until it's your turn, and then you ask me later when it's your turn.
I need some clarity on something that you read, brother. I'm just asking you to reread the
Scientific
last couple
racism
sentences.
manipulates, misconstrues, or distorts anthropology. Anthropology. They got some more words I ain't never heard of. Look, chronometry.
Craniometry.
Thank you, sir. Evolutionary biology and other disciplines or pseudo disciplines in proposing anthropological what's this word, Mudawai? Typologies.
I'd have to see
Supporting the
that one.
classification of human populations to physically discrete races, some of which might be asserted to be superior or inferior to others. Scientific racism was common during the period of the 1600s to the end of World War II. And some of these guys in our community still quote these guys as their scientific forefathers. And they believe in this. And they come in here and preach this Charles Darwinism, as Unc West and some of his students, like outside the cube, will come in here and do.
You're not getting it, bro. You're not getting it, fam. They're literally telling you, man, that this was a. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this again.
Bro, shut the hell up, man. Have some decorum. It's not your turn to speak. I let you just get on your fucking lip.
God.
Why are you so disrespectful, man? What, we only supposed to listen to Mudawai? This you don't make the definition. I'm reading from definitions. I can quote the sources at the end, but until you have went to school and studied all this, you are not an authority. So hush your goddamn pork chop eating ass lip. Have some respect for the panel, man. You haven't brought nothing out with no sources or anything or read from anybody. All we have heard from you is Mudawai's perspective, perception on how atheism or evolution or how we ain't doing the Bible right. That's you. I'm reading from a source. All right, let's keep it moving. I'm going into scientific racism, and you trying to discredit it. The people need to know about this. You think not? Since the second half of the 20th century, scientific racism has been criticized as obsolete. But yet we have people like Mudawai who uses these scientific. We know this shit ain't true. We've been knowing this before they even started it. But they use this as a tool. And they have put it upon the black community now to push it. Because they're projecting the forefathers of this scientific racism in our face every day as we speak. And we got to hold them accountable for this. Why are you still using these people when they're obsolete really in your scientific community? Keep it moving. It hurts. At the end of World War II, scientific racism in theory and action was formally denounced, especially in UNESCO. An anti-racist statement, the race question in 1950, the biological fact of race and the myth of race should be distinguished for all practical social purposes. Race is not so much a biological phenomenon as a social myth. The myth of race has created an enormous amount of human and social damage. In recent years, it has taken a heavy toll on human lives and caused untold suffering. Since the time of development in human evolutionary genetics and physical anthropology have led to a new consciousness among anthropologists that human race is a social political phenomenon rather than a biological. I read that to say this. We already knew it. We didn't need y'all to tell us that this scientific racism and all your studies was bullshit. But when we have people like a Mudawai and an Unc West teaching outdated information about these guys and how the evolutionary process evolved and the taxonomy of why we're great apes, it's a discredit to our ancestors. It's
tell me how being called a great ape is racism.
Shut the hell up and have some decorum. Sit in the chair, or I'm gonna put you in the corner.
Tell me how being called a great ape is racism.
Keep talking until you shut the hell up. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you nothing, man. I'm gonna point you in the direction. I'm gonna take you to the water. Now, if you don't drink, that's your goddamn fault. Stay thirsty. my friend. Now, like I said, once again, we have guys in our community that's just pushing these guys that's outdated. As you've seen what I read, these guys are not credible no more because other scientists are saying this is bullshit. But we have guys like Look West, Outside the Cube, and any other goddamn guys out there talking about monkey chips and apes and we great apes. And we don't understand this and that. When the whole setup was to be racist and put people down, just like I said with the Sand people, they called him monstrous. One of his teachers, he said, "Oh well, you know what? It's just like at a job. At the job, and you say your boss is monstrous." That had nothing to do with what was going on with them trying to promote a superiority over another human being. Just because of the color of their melanin or their skin or whatever. And then, like I say, man, I'm gonna crash my train to Muwa's plane because you know what I'm saying, because his landing spot was not on point. He got in the way. Please stop using these outdated, racist scientists in our community. And then try to discredit our faith. No.
There's absolutely, oh man, I don't know where to start, man. This is incredible. I don't understand how you can literally read what you just read about scientific racism and still have the faulty conclusions that you have. The reason why scientific racism is a thing of the past, brother, is because those early scientists were trying to prove the biblical narrative.
It didn't say that what I read, bro.
Listen to me, bro, carefully. They were trying to prove.
But they're atheists.
These guys Can I fucking finish, bro?
Show me a source where they were trying to prove the biblical narrative.
I will. Let me finish speaking, and then I'll source up for you.
Yeah, go ahead. You do that.
All of them motherfuckers was trying to prove the biblical narrative.
Now,
they were trying to
let him talk. JJ, shut the fuck up and let him talk. JJ, yeah, nigga, let him talk. Get your pen and take your fucking notes, nigga. Let him talk.
I want to pull up a source. I was reading.
Bro, I definitely will, bro. But let me address the shit you just said, man. That's the problem. Y'all be so busy digging through sources, you're not even listening to other people. Listen to what I'm saying to you, family. This ain't difficult stuff to research. They were trying to prove the Garden of Eden to be true. They were trying to be proved that the world was populated from one man and one woman. They even propagated that all of the people started from Europeans, and as the darker you got, the more degenerate version of a European you were. This was the narrative, bro.
Did Charles Darwin use that narrative? Did Charles Darwin use that narrative? So no.
Can I finish, bro?
No. Did Charles Darwin use
bro?
Let's cut through all the bullshit, bro.
God damn, man.
Nope. Let's cut through all
JJ, that's fucked up, bro.
Nah,
bro. That's
okay. So, but Charles Darwin trying to use that narrative.
Bro.
Who's the scientist trying to use it?
No, let him finish, bro. You was doing all that bullshit whining when he was talking, bro. Let the man talk, nigga.
Right. Who was the people using it? It was Charles Darwin. It was Carlos Demetrius. It was them niggas that they still push to this day. Now get to that goddamn point, King Seth, Mudawa, and stop talking about, it's outdated when you still pushing these guys. Let's go. If it's outdated, why are you still using it?
If you shut your pig foot eating lips, you might fuck around and learn something today. Shut your pig foot suckers, nigga. And listen.
Go ahead.
Now, back to what the fuck I was saying. As these individuals start doing research, their hypothesis started to fall the fuck apart.
Yep, Charles Darwin, right?
Listen at what the fuck I'm saying, bro. Then they start researching and like, wait a minute. Charles Darwin never saw a motherfucking never saw Australopithecus. Charles Darwin didn't know nothing about Lucy. So Charles Darwin couldn't make that assumption. Charles Darwin just saw change. Charles Darwin just saw change over time.
Originals were savages. I'm not gonna let you run from that.
Calling somebody a savage is an opinion.
So his whole teaching is an opinion,
listen, bro.
Right?
Listen at what I'm saying, family. You sound like bro. You sound like a female mad because somebody called you a name. Right. You sound like a female mad because somebody called you a name right now.
So you sound like a fool to promote Charles Darwin.
Bro. What you just read about scientific racism said in no uncertain terms. It said that race has no biological meaning. It's a social construct. Listen carefully. Listen carefully.
No, listen.
Listen carefully, bro. Listen carefully, bro.
They were more superior. Hold up, bro.
Karima, mute that nigga.
The beginning of scientific racism was to prove that they were more superior. We have people like Carlos Demetrius who said that the sand people were monsters. We have people like Charles Darwin who say.
Thank you. Get your ass up out of here. The ancestors don't want to hear that fuck shit. Now, back to what I was saying. Get your ass up out of here.
You need to go watch the Ma'afa 21 documentary, brother.
I'm not watching no documentaries.
You need to watch the Ma'afa 21 documentary, brother, on your time. You'll find out that these things were used, brother. Listen, along with the Hermetic hypothesis. Scientific racism, all that was used, brother, to basically make our people subhuman and savages, bro. That's facts. And Darwin was the cousin to those who came forth, such as.
So wait a minute. How does the evolutionary narrative, as it stands right now, Commission, I'm asking you a question, a direct question. How does the evolutionary narrative, as we know it right now, that states that the African is the mother and father of all humanity, how is that racist? Go.
I'm going to show you how it's racist, because they're using an old narrative and trying to superimpose a new narrative upon that and connect us to that. You know, you going against all African spirituality, brother. All African systems.
I didn't ask you what I'm going against.
Listen. I'm giving you answers, Mutawar. You know how we do this. So what I'm saying is this, brother. You know, I understand that you adamant about what you're saying, but I think you done went so far, bro, to where you feel like you can't come back. But it ain't never too late to turn back, brother Mutawar. You know what I mean? So my thing is this again.
Spaceships don't have rear view mirrors.
It's super. Listen, and you're not a spaceship, nor have you built one yet. So if you're dealing with superimposing that narrative upon a new interpretation, all they did is try to redirect the exegesis. But you still referring to our people, and you trying to capitalize off of our people's legacy and make it look like we come from apes, bro. You need to read the African Fact Book too. That's written by actual Africans on the continent of Africa. And they'll tell you that even some Africans have no idea that they too have been infiltrated by this scientific racism that was taught through Darwinism. Right. This is our brothers in the East saying the same thing, bro.
Right.
So they even know. So the thing is, just because they have remixed it and repackaged it, don't mean they still ain't slanging death to you. Hell, cocaine was in Coca-Cola one time. You know what I mean?
Kamisha, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead,
I want to ask a brother Kamisha a question.
Make the question real quick. All right. Now, what do you think about this? The concept of race was non-existent. I'm gonna finish reading the paragraph. The concept of I want you to tell me what you think after I read this. Then we'll go around the panel.
Mm-hmm.
The concept of race was non-existent prior to the period of European and American imperialism. Race is not a biological concept.
Uh-oh.
A social construction
Uh-oh.
established in order to justify the subordination and subjection
That's right.
that
That's right.
align with imperialist policy.
Hmm.
The United States was not founded on democratic principles.
Facts.
Rather, it was established on the principles of scientific racism, the manipulation
Facts.
of scientific evidence to prove the inferiority of those that are phonetically different. Scientific principles such as social Darwinism,
Facts.
the
Now you not that. There
eugenics,
you go. There
and the
you go. Eugenics.
intelligent testing were utilized to support racist beliefs in the time where rapidly advancing scientific knowledge was regarded as prestigious, truthful, and irrefutable. And this comes from Lindsay Pressman. I'll put this in the back chat, but it has Darwinism in there with the same guy.
Uh-oh.
I
What?
don't care
Stop.
what they say.
Hold up,
Stop.
Mudawa. Hold up, Mudawa. Hold up. They put an order to it. Hold up. You gonna get to speak.
Yeah, brother.
So that means it's my turn now. It's my turn now. You were just
No, I
Kamisha
go
was just
after him.
talking.
Oh,
No, how you just got done talking and get to
can I
speak
read the
again, Kamisha?
article, bro?
He ain't
Listen,
finished,
I'm
brother.
a
He
listen. I'm
not
gonna crash
finished,
my
and then I
train,
go after him.
All
man.
right, man. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna crash my
That's just
train into
crazy.
your dusty ass plane. All right,
This is
that's what I'm
this
gonna
is
do.
space. This is spaceship, nigga. This is spaceship. I'm in the atmosphere.
Hey, you landed on my track, so I gotta bust your plane up, brother. Because now you got to denounce Darwin. And if you don't denounce Darwin, then you're right in line with these teachings. Because this is what this country was built off of. It wasn't built off democracy. So how
Facts.
dare you promote a teacher such as Darwinism, a Darwin?
Facts.
How dare
Facts.
you come into our
Facts.
community and try to tell us we wrong about our spiritual beliefs when there's nothing spiritual about Darwinism? It's built on racism. Now I just
Facts.
busted your plane on my track.
Facts. And JJ, you been hearing me arguing that right there with them brothers for the longest. I argued it with Unc West. How you gonna use the same information that was used to subjugate us? Again, eugenics, Darwinism, scientific racism. How you gonna use that and claim that you standing for the people and claim Pan-Africanism, by the way? You know, that's
Tell
oxymoron.
They don't teach that.
Mudawa to turn in his Negro card.
Turn
That's what
it
I'm
in.
telling you.
If
You
he
an
don't,
agent,
if he don't renounce that shit, tell him to turn in his so-called Negro card.
and that's why I didn't. That's why I go at ones like that.
Where do I turn?
You
Where can I turn my?
hold up,
Where can the?
Mudawa, hold up,
Okay,
hold up,
go.
hold up. You have embodied the European mindset, and you are now standing in defense of something they don't even have to think. You made the Willie Lynch syndrome in theory true. That they don't have to put somebody there to stand before you. You gonna make a damn build a wall around yourself, basically. You know, and so that's what you're doing unknowingly. And it's crazy to be an intellectual one that is coming from a level of ignorance. That don't even mix, brother. You can't be intellectual and ignorant at the same time. You can't be eloquent in ignorance, neither, brother. I land my plane.
All right, now I'm gonna give y'all this real fast word because this is like ridiculous. I really thought I really thought this was gonna be a little bit different. To address the first thing the brother said is turning in my Negro card. If this is what being a Negro is, please tell me where I turn this motherfucker in at because I don't want no parts of it. If
Right
this is
here,
what being,
right
if this is
here.
what it's being, if this is what it's
1-800,
become to,
1-800,
yeah,
I'm no
yeah,
longer Negro.
yeah. That's the first thing. I'll turn this motherfucker in quick, fast, in a hurry.
All
If
right,
this
thank you.
goof, if the now the second thing I want to address is JJ said something concerning he read something and it said uh, scientific Darwinism or something to that effect. Now, scientific Darwinism is a thing that manifested itself after Darwin. It had nothing to do with Darwin himself. It was people that took his teachings and remixed it to mean something else. Darwin didn't teach scientific Darwinism or whatever that term was. The or social Darwinism is the term. Excuse me. Darwin didn't teach social Darwinism. Social Darwinism came about after Darwin by people that remixed his teaching to justify racism. That's what it was. Had nothing to do with Darwin himself. That's the first thing. So when you read some of these terms, because you've never read the work of Darwin, you've never actually done the study on him. And I'm not saying he was just some great motherfucker that you just need to be cheerleading for. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that his principles, the things that he fundamentally understood are factual, and they were great for science. They were great for biology. They make sense and they hold true to this day. Similarly, when we look at the United States Constitution, the United States Constitution wasn't written with you in mind. It wasn't written with women in mind. It was written for white men by white men. But as we came into the quote unquote fold of the United States, they said, wait a minute, this has to apply to everybody now. He didn't throw the motherfucker away and say it's no more good. It says, okay, this shit is good, but now it applies to everybody. They broaden the scope and magnitude of the thing. This is the same concept that happened with when we're talking about evolution. Yes, these motherfuckers went into it with a certain agenda. Like I said, they were trying to prove the biblical narrative to be true. Most of them were saying, hey, there's a Garden of Eden somewhere. Hey, Adam and Eve was white. Hey, everybody come from white people. And if you ain't white, you're a degenerate mutation of white. And that shit blew up in their face. And they said, wait a minute, you have to be true to science now. Even if your hypothesis is blowed up, you got to be true to science. What does the science say? Wait a minute, we come from them. Wait a minute, they were here first. Wait a minute, the fossil record says Herto man was found in East Africa. Oh, wait a minute. All of the science says this right here. Oh my goodness. What is this real science now? Okay, we have to abandon this scientific racism and keep it real now. Humanity started in Africa. The African man woman is the mother and father of all humanity. Oh shit. And then years later we get to DNA. And we say, oh shit, where does the oldest Y chromosome begin? It's in Africa. Oh shit, where does the oldest mitochondrial marker come from? Oh, it's in Africa. This ain't got nothing to do with the biblical narrative. There's no such thing as an Adam and Eve. Oh my goodness, they was never the first two people. Oh my goodness, so this blows up all of that crap. Throws up all of that crap. So when I said earlier today that it is impossible to say that you're doing Africana studies, it is impossible to say that you are an African-centered student of the world. It is impossible to say that and you do not adhere to the evolutionary narrative as it stands right now, because that is the foundation of African studies. The biology of evolution is the foundation of African studies. And until y'all get that through your mind, you are nothing more than the puppets to the European. They don't even believe the shit y'all believe no more. They threw that shit away. But here y'all are languishing in the bullshit. And I land the spaceship.
You ain't landing shit, nigga. You still in it.
That's the mic drop. Yeah, Google. Get them Google fingers. Get them Google fingers to move. Them thumbs is getting buff. You niggas got some buff ass thumbs right now. Y'all researching like a son of a gun. Look,
That shit came from 1-800 bullshit.
There you go.
That goddamn white dude was a racist son bitch. He has a whole goddamn plan out there. He got over 65 racial comments. All you gotta do is Google that shit. That goddamn Charles Darwin was a racist. And he couldn't help it. And anybody that talk about it, shit, you done lost your goddamn mind.
Oh, they over there Googling right now. Them thumbs is hurting. Them thumbs is over there hurting. They quiet. They Googling and reading right now. That's how you shut them down. They quiet as a son of a gun. Googling and reading. Looking for a comeback. Yeah, I heard you. That was you Googled quick. But you never read Darwin, so you Googled quick.
I'm sitting there getting dressed, putting my gun on my hip, my pistol on my side, and about to take in some whites.
There you go. I ain't mad at you. Take care of some errands, brother. Do something constructive. Shit. Cause these Negroes been murked
Yeah,
already.
I'm over here I'm creating a banner for you, Muda.
Hold up. No.
Drop it in the bike chat.
I was on mute. Hold up. No, anybody Google. Bro, and if we do look up what your master teacher said, so be it. You're going to listen to this. You're going to listen to this.
Listen to Google. Go ahead, Google it.
It's okay. It's okay, Muda. You did all that to say
Came out of
nothing.
his goddamn mouth. Those 75 racial comments he made out of his goddamn mouth about the African American.
All right, yeah. Let me read what up. Let me get in, Apostle. I got some too. Right, watch this. Now, this is from Charles Darwin, everybody. All right. So he can go ahead and go to the back of the line with this bullshit. Can you mute your mic? Mute the wires echo, bro.
That's
We're
not
not doing
my
that.
mic.
All right, everybody mute your mic, please.
I'm mute up.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Because I know it hurts. See, he never addressed why when I read about scientific racism, he never addressed why he's still using some of the proponents that perpetuated this scientific racism. He never did that. He said, yeah, it's outdated. We know it is. We know it wasn't true from the gate. But he still holds on to Charles Darwin. Then I even showed him how America was not built off democracy. It was built off Charles Darwinism. Let's read one of his statements. Don't you ever come in here and talk about Charles Darwin no more. When you said his information, and they say his information, his scientific racism is outdated. Even the people that support him. But Charles said, from Charles Darwin, the Son of Man, all right? Page number for you. Charles Darwin, right? At some future period, not very distinct as measured by centuries, the civilized races of man will almost certainly exterminate, and replace throughout the world the savage races. At the same time, the anthropomorphous apes, as Professor Schwarzman has remarked, will no doubt be exterminated. The break will then be rendered wider, for it will intervene between man in a more civilized state, as we may hope, than the Caucasian and some ape as low as the baboon. Instead of as the present between the Negro or Austerian, how you say that? Austerianism and the gorilla. That's from Charles Darwin. That's one of his quotes. You see what I'm saying?
No, we don't.
Okay.
He just equated
I'm gonna read it again for the slow ass ape.
a goddamn bamboo to you, a bamboo to you.
Right. Now, he
just called you a fucking gorilla.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna slay it for his slow ass again. Get the banana out here. Now watch this. It says, at some future period, not a very distinct as measured by centuries, civilized races of man will almost certainly exterminate and replace throughout the world the savage races. And when he's talking about the savage races, Muluwa, he's talking about the Negro and the people from Australia. The Australian, I'm gonna spell them, Australian, and the gorillas.
Exactly.
He has over 75 racist statements. But he wants to get up here and push this guy and say, oh, we got to look over his racist statement and his thoughts about other races and listen to his information. His information is built on racism and making people better than us. But we don't understand what Mudawa. We scientifically illiterate.
Yeah, you know what, JJ? We've been our worst fucking enemy because we've been wanting to get along with this white bastard all our lives. That's all. We just wanted our daddy to treat us right.
Okay,
You
well,
know, and we still want,
hold on for one
this
second. Hold on
gospel.
for 1 second. The words expressed by some of the people on the panel are not the words expressed by JJ 7000. And the reason I say that, because I'm not going to let nobody else's words affect me, what I got going on in my personal life. All right? That's real talk. With the people, my court situation. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real with my court situation. I teach the whole thing. Hold up, let me say it again. Black, Chinese, James is not racist.
Well, break that shit down there. Break that shit down there. Break that shit.
Let's go.
Oh shit.
These are words and expressions solely expressed by Apostle Zaquan Tamayan.
Oh man, a nigga calling himself apostle. A nigga referring to himself as an apostle. This shit is amazing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, I wouldn't laugh at that if I was you, Mudawa. Not with looking at your page. You call yourself a prophet.
That's right. A prophet of the Most High God, called, hands laid on, and established in the community of saints. That's right. That's right. And I know my enemy. I know my true enemy, who he is. And I am no longer in love with my enemy. See, so don't, it ain't like this shit, don't you slay me, Martin Luther King. I will still love you. No, we done stop that nonsense. We no longer loving our enemies. Okay? We're going to persecute those that persecute us. We're going to enslave those that enslaved us. If you need a chapter, go to Isaiah 14, verses 1 through 8. Them that held us in captivity, we will hold in captivity. Them that murdered with the sword will be murdered with the sword. As a man soweth, so shall that man reap. Okay?
You ain't go enslave nothing. You can't even enslave overeating. Stop overeating first. If you control that before you gotta control another people.
You don't know nothing about me and my diet, brother. You don't know nothing about me and my diet.
You want to control white people, but can't control your appetite. Get the fuck out of here, man.
You don't know what I can control. I wish I could control your slave ass mentality.
These niggas is out of line.
Mentality that you got.
These niggas are out of line.
Malcolm X couldn't help you. Can't help you.
Hey, hold up. You get up out of here. We're trying to get a little sound bites to help you out when you go recap this on your little show. You've been getting beat up. Nothing you say makes sense. Just like Lex. Lex got beat up. He got beat up so bad he had to go out and make a flyer talking about how he did something the other day. Come on, man. You guys come out here, man. Your logic is way off. Your reasoning is way off. You make no sense. You want to steady point to us, and then when we get on your head about what the hell y'all promoting, you come back to the Bible. That shit makes no sense to me. What's up, JT? Yeah, JT?
Hey, JJ, go to the library and go pick up Darwin's work, read it, and then talk to me about it.
What's good with y'all?
All right.
What we talking about here, man? What we talking about?
Come on, man. Go ahead, JT.
My thing is this, man.
Go, JT.
All these Negroes with this coming out with this belief of Darwin and shit. I'm gonna say it like this: every nigga in America should question anything that come out of white man's mouth. All right? They told you that Santa Claus was real, and every nigga know in this room that ain't no goddamn such thing as no goddamn Santa Claus. Ain't no fat ass white boy gonna fly around the whole world in one night and deliver toys. They told you that bunnies lay eggs. I ain't never seen no goddamn bunny lay no eggs, man. All right? What it is this here. What you saying, Mudawa, is not salvation. It's not talking about a salvation of a people being uplifted, man. We need something that's gonna uplift our people, man. Not keep their ass in the goddamn hole that they already in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we know racism America was built on racism. America still goddamn racist now. Ain't nothing changed. You know what I'm saying? So what's the answer to the question that you present to everybody, man? We want goddamn solutions. We don't need no nigga spewing out some bullshit. What you talking? Give answers to this shit, man. Go ahead, man. Let me hear what you gonna say. He there?
Well, yeah, I'm still here, brother. I was letting
Go ahead.
you
Let me
get it
hear
off
what you
your
got to
chest.
say, man.
Well, honestly, your salvation begins with being factual. And one of the most factual things you can do is put aside ancient fairy tales. And whether your ancient fairy tale is the Quran, the Torah, the King James, or whatever the fuck it is,
Home. Go ahead, man. I'm gonna let him.
one of the most, if you want salvation, you have to behave as an adult. And adults don't believe in fairy tales. Adults don't have imaginary friends that
Well,
they
I'm gonna
talk
say
to.
this too. You believe in a
Allow me to
goddamn
finish. You
fairy
asked
tale.
me.
If
You
nigga,
asked
you
me a question,
pushing
brother. You
goddamn
asked me a
evolution,
question, brother.
that's a
You
fucking
asked
fairy
me a
tale,
question,
nigga.
brother. You
That's a
asked me a
fucking
question.
fairy tale. You talking about, nigga, you in a ship or what,
You
bitch?
you
Hold
asked
on.
me a
Let me
question.
do both of y'all real
Wait a
quick.
minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Who was that brother that was just
Let
speaking?
me say this.
Who was that
JT,
brother that was just
you know
speaking?
why you
JT?
asked that question? Because I already knew that he was going to revert back to the Bible. His chance to throw an insult. He has no solution. His solution is to cry about the Bible, and that's it. It stops there.
Well, who the fuck? Which one of these dudes is JT? Is that Jonathan? Is Jonathan JT?
Bro,
Is
what's his
Jonathan
solution?
JT?
Outside of the Bible, okay, we leave the
Excuse me.
Bible.
Was Jonathan JT?
Now what? Yeah, this is Jonathan.
Jonathan, listen, brother. I didn't refer to you outside of your name, and I appreciate it if you show me the same respect. I don't even know you to disrespect you like that. So don't call me no names, brother. I ain't did you not one time like that, family. You call yourself a man of God, behave as such. Control your tongue if you can't control nothing else around you.
You know, he want to bait you in on some kind of argument. That's what they do. Now, I'm gonna ask you. You say put down the Bible, stop believing in fairy tales, and start dealing with what?
I said the first thing adults do before you can seek any type of salvation, anything before you can be saved. Can I fit
your
it,
mom,
bro? May
hold
I?
on, no, this rapid fire question. No. Did your
No.
granny
This
and
ain't.
your mama or anybody in your family deal with the Bible?
Of course.
So how do you look at them?
They were wrong as fuck.
Oh, they were
So
wrong.
they didn't put no. They
were wrong. They got it wrong, bro. They got it wrong.
Right.
They got it wrong, bro.
Right.
They got it wrong.
Right.
So
they got it wrong.
But hold up,
bro. They got it wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you how it. I'm gonna tell you how. Okay, now here we go. That's actually a decent question. What happens is if you're looking for salvation, sometimes it'll cause you to not get off your ass and move forward in the real world.
Lord,
because what you're doing is let's take it all the way back to the beginning. The slave on the plantation,
that's the beginning.
freeman. Let me finish, family. Let me finish. Control your tongue. Control your tongue. Control your tongue, no, brother.
I understand. That's
control
your
your tongue. Control your tongue, brother.
I got you.
Control your tongue.
Yeah, his grandma and them got it wrong. I want him to
control your tongue. Control your tongue.
His beginning is slavery, y'all.
Control your tongue.
Slavery.
Control your tongue.
Them people that lived before slavery. His beginning is slavery. Understand, his beginning is slavery. Understand a man's reflection. He thinks that his beginning starts with slavery.
Right, I heard it.
Yeah, I mean, that's where he's coming from. His beginning. Hell with what happened before slavery, when he was a fucking king walking around on marble floors.
So we would. So apostle
is slavery.
Right, apostle.
So I already know where he's coming from.
Hey man, are y'all gonna let the man talk? Or y'all? I mean, hold on, man, hold on, bro. Are
Hold
y'all
up.
gonna let the man fucking talk? Y'all keep doing all this bullshit and then getting on me and DY when we do it, bro. But y'all, man, y'all be the fuck quiet and let the man talk, man. Let the man talk, bro. Y'all be with the bullshit. Y'all be with the fucking bullshit, man. Y'all be with the fucking fuckery, bro.
Come on.
Well,
See,
shut
you
the
think
fuck
you're
up
a
and
real
let my
king,
DY
sir.
talk. Well, shut the
You
fuck up
think
and
you're
let
a
him
real
talk, then,
king,
man.
sir.
Quit fucking letting him talk, then. Shut the fuck up. Let the man
You
talk
shut
just like
the
y'all
fuck
want us to do. Shut the fuck
You
up,
shut
man.
up. Yeah.
Nah,
That-
man, talk, man. Let the man fucking talk, man.
Yeah,
Let him talk. Bro,
Right.
ain't nobody want to hear that preaching Bible bullshit. Let the man talk. Shit.
I don't want to hear nothing about no damn slavery being my beginning either. God damn it, slavery is my beginning.
No, I want to hear him talk about how his granny got it wrong. Everybody else stay out of it. Cause now he got it right. He got it right. Granny and great grandma who used this book to help them raise families and to bring him where he is today got it wrong. They must have got it wrong when they should have told your ass don't join the goddamn armed forces. But go ahead.
Now,
So go ahead how they got it wrong.
Are you going to control your tongue?
Yeah, and here's one more thing. Everybody else don't say nothing. He's gonna tell us how Granny and them got it
let
wrong.
me say something
Hold
after
up,
him.
real quick. How Granny got it
when he
wrong.
done.
And how Granny got it wrong. No, just save it, JT, because it's gonna delay. How Granny got it wrong, and she would have been better off dealing with social Darwinism. Let's go.
Now that we can maybe speak as adults and not do all of that. I mean, like, you guys are really proving that you come from primates, because soon as
Let's
someone
go,
else starts
man.
talking,
Let's go.
you
Ain't
just
nobody
start
hitting the so let's go.
right. Now let me speak, brother. Let me speak. The cadence in which I speak, the speed in which I speak is how I choose to speak. Back to what I was saying. What they got wrong is seeking salvation, because they were exposed to an environment that was so harsh and so brutal that the only thing that they had to believe in at the time was the afterlife. Like, something's got to be better than this because of what this European is doing to us. So this was the thing that they put together. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
So
not
this
true,
was
though.
their. What can I finish?
Go ahead. I thought you said when you said thank you, I thought you was done. My mistake.
I was
Okay.
getting some lunch together.
No, I got you. Brother Juan.
Now I said that. Hold on, bro.
You got one point. Let me point it out. The only thing they had was to believe in the afterlife because things are so bad. You're right there.
You writing that down?
Darwin is going to say them in a different way, right?
Listen to what I'm. Somebody's got a lot of feedback. Somebody's got a lot of feedback.
Before we start, can I host and moderate this real quick? Can let me do that? All right, because I got some good questions. So, meanwhile, I'm gonna let you get the floor. So the first thing, because they got it wrong, because the only thing they had to look forward to was the afterlife. Okay, all right, I wrote that down. Go ahead.
Okay,
point number 2.
Okay, right. No. Point. I'm still on point number 1. They were dealing with a harsh and brutal environment. Slavery. I wake up one day, I see JJ getting beat up and castrated for I don't know why. Only thing I can understand is, like, it's got to be something better than this. I see Karima and her kids get sold off to another plantation. It's got to be something better than this. Let me finish, bro.
No, but actually, my granny.
Let me finish. Let me finish, bro. Let me finish, bro. If I'm giving no, it's not the example. Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Like the same way.
I mean, you niggas always talking about somebody don't let y'all talk, bro. You niggas always on this bitch trying to interrupt us and do all that shit. And then when you niggas talk, everybody be the fuck quiet. But as soon as we get on the goddamn line, everybody and they fucking mama want to say something. Then you niggas want to yell at us. You niggas want to act like we.
That shit is crazy, man.
Okay.
That shit is crazy.
All right. Let me apologize to my guests. Let me apologize. These guys, They act like this ain't their home no more. So they act like we ain't been doing this to each other for years, and they fucking back chat. Now they brand new because they done ventures off somewhere else. So we're gonna put on our Sunday's best so these guys will feel offended. That's what we're gonna do. It's Easter Sunday up in here. Now I can't even ask questions because I'm writing down each statement that he say, but I'm getting yelled at for that because you put on a lot.
Yes,
right?
you're my dysfunctional little relative. You're my dysfunctional little relative, and I'm trying not to be dysfunctional with you no more. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
okay. I'm trying. You're loud, obnoxious, and I don't want you to be that way no more.
And you're condescending and very disrespectful. Go ahead.
All right. Now, back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
The just like some of those great meal recipes was passed down from generation to generation.
Okay.
So was the religious get down. Not saying that it was necessarily good for us, like some of those meal recipes, but they were passed down and made us feel good, like some of those meal recipes. Now, I'm using these examples because it's something that you can relate to. Yes, the Bible was passed down to us generation to generation. Yes, for a lot of us, it was a coping mechanism to get us through hard times. Is it all bad? No, it's not. It helps some people. It helps some people recover from some traumatic times in their lives. But at some point, as a people, we have to take a step back and say, hey man, okay, but this thing served its purpose for us. Let's try to move forward in another direction. We've been in that same direction for a long time. And what do we have from it? We've got all of these religious groups, this whole new Israel thing that just, like a freaking virus in our community. That's it, and it's like these things these things, it would better serve us. It would better serve us if we were more of a scientifically literate people.
There we go.
Or if we were more of a not illiterate, literate, not scientifically illiterate. If we were more of a scientifically literate people.
Thank you for correcting. So,
right.
So Granny and them would have been better off if they were scientific literate. Okay. Keep
no,
going.
I'm saying right now, if we move as we move forward, I'm saying as we move forward, I'm saying as we I'm saying I'm talking about what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about what I'm talking about right now. I'm saying that it was if we take a page from some of these other communities, you don't have to do exactly what some of these other communities do, but just look at how they get down. They put an emphasis on real education. They put an emphasis on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. What are we putting the emphasis on in our community? We putting the emphasis
you name
on
one of those communities, so I can just write that down, like some of the communities.
When you look at the Chinese? East Asian community, when you look at the East Asian,
so they
Chinese, Japanese.
Though, right? Okay, all right.
When you look at the Chinese, you look at the Japanese, you look at the Russian communities in our area. You look when you look around the United States at the communities where the people are most religiously staunch, the communities where the people have the most they're usually less educated, and they're usually broker people. There's studies done on this. The more religious the people, the less educated they are. The more religious the people, the broker they are. There's a correlation there, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not picking scabs. I'm not being funny. I'm not on nobody ass. I'm black just like everybody on this line. My family come from the South just like everybody on this motherfucking line. But at some point, we have to take a look at the bigger picture and say, how do we move forward? I'm gonna give you an example. I know a friend of mine. He's a Korean, and he said his daughter's 16th birthday was coming up. You know what I mean? He showed me a picture. I was like, oh, she's beautiful. Yeah, you gotta. He was like, what you gonna get her for her birthday? He was like, this is what the man told me. I said, what you gonna get her for her birthday? He said, a math tutor, because she's getting a C right now, and I want her to have an A. This is how they think, bro. He said he's getting his daughter a math tutor for her birthday. Not no Jordans, not no motherfucking, not no weave, not no motherfucking BBL. He said he's getting his daughter a math tutor so she can bring her C up to an A so she can get into a prestigious university. This is how these people think. I'm at a restaurant one day, right? And there's a Jewish couple sitting, there's a Jewish family sitting. I'm talking about yarmulke and all Jewish family. They're sitting a couple tables down, but I'm ear hustling the conversation. The old man, apparently it's his grandkids because they look a little too old for them to be his kids. These kids are like maybe preteens. It's about 3 or 4 of them, probably 12, 11, 10, shit like that. And the old man says, "Oh my goodness, I left my wallet at home. I don't have any money right now." And the youngster says, I don't know if he called him Baba, Papa, or something like that. He says, "Don't worry." He says, "I have some money." And the old man says, I need $100. He says, I'll give it to you, but you know my money's not cheap. He says, "What it's going to cost me?" He said, "This is what the teacher says. This is what a 12-year-old boy says." He says, "If you give it to me within 24 hours, I'll only charge you 5%." This is where he had the mentality to think like this. This is what's being taught in their homes. This is why they're running laps around us, because they have the foresight to instill certain things. But we're instilling rapping, playing basketball, BBLs, talking about the Bible, all this other stuff that's non-consequential to our everyday lives, y'all.
Hey, Jay,
I'm passionate
I
about
gotta
this
run
because
out
I'm
to the
paying
doctor.
attention.
Hold on for a
I'm
sec. Hold on. You're going a long time. Hold on for one
He
sec.
wants us to he wants us to charge our own people interest.
Right.
And the
Hold on,
Bible,
Jay.
we don't charge it. But go ahead, man. Whatever.
Jay, hold on for a minute. I got to go. I'm going out to the doctor.
I know.
gotta
I'm not
leave out.
Kareem. Let him alone. He said nothing about Granny. How Granny got it wrong.
Right.
But go
Hold
ahead,
on,
somebody.
y'all.
He wasn't.
Please.
All right, give him one more minute to close out, y'all. So
Yeah,
he's on.
let me close
Yeah.
out. And I'm on this phone right now. I mean, most of us are pretty much the same age. We anywhere from 30 to 50, maybe give or take in either direction. But how many of us was taught about credit by by our loving grandmamas and our loving mothers and fathers? How
Oh
many of
my
us was taught
God.
about
They
well,
didn't
how
have
many of
credit.
us was let me finish. How many of us was taught about how to buy a house? How many of us was taught about interest rates? How many of us was taught about the stock market? How many of us was taught about technology? How many of us was taught about tangible things that's going to make a huge difference? How many of us was even taught about fucking life insurance?
Okay.
Come on, man.
Let me
Let me
answer your question.
let me finish.
Hold up.
Let me
You
finish.
call me one time.
I'm about to
I'm about
land
to
this
leave out.
spaceship.
I just
I'm
want to
about to
respond.
okay, you go get
Apostle,
if
if
you
you
gotta
didn't write
leave,
down what none of you
if
said,
you gotta
man, let me address it.
if you gotta leave,
No, I just want to respond.
if you
See,
gotta leave,
right.
Apostle, if you gotta leave, hit the door, bro, because I'm not done speaking.
You got
No,
30
you
Period.
minutes,
taking
man.
too
Now,
long.
all right, now back to what I was saying. We've been raised in an
Man, I know
environment
y'all
that
ain't
we're
talking about somebody taking too long. Get the fuck
right.
out of here talking about somebody taking too long. The
We've
fuck,
been
man, nigga?
Nigga,
we've been
everything he done
Okay,
said,
put your
I
palms
did.
down,
I
King, sir.
bought a house for 20. I done bought 2 houses.
Man, he ain't finna do
what
nothing but say some bullshit ass scriptures. Ain't nobody give a fuck about no
How
bullshit
many
ass
homes
scripture,
you
nigga. Ain't
got?
nobody wanna hear that.
How
Ain't
many
nobody wanna
homes
read
you
that
got,
bullshit
King
ass
Sir?
scripture, niggas.
How many homes do you got? How many mortgages do you got?
now
Blue White,
back
come
to
on, land
back
your plane,
back to
man.
all right. I'm about to land the spaceship right now,
You got
bro.
30 seconds, bro.
I said all that to say this, that we waste a lot of time talking to our friends, family, our children about insignificant bullshit while the rest of the world is running laps around us, man. We're wasting time talking about ancient, antiquated, dusty goat herders that can't do nothing for our future. We're trying to attach our ass to some ancient dead motherfuckers that probably didn't even exist instead of looking to the future, man. What's wrong with
Yeah, I'm
us?
coming, baby.
All right, now,
If you keep this up, you're gonna be back in bondage.
Jay, let me
okay.
say
And I
one
land
thing.
the
Come
spaceship.
on, I'm next.
That's
I'm
right.
next. Okay,
I'm
if
just
y'all
saying,
ain't wrote down what he
I
said, I'm
want to
next.
say
All right.
one thing before
He
I go,
landed it.
man.
Apostle. Go ahead, man. I'm after
Please,
Apostle. Go
man,
ahead.
please, just let me say one thing.
Damn.
Cause this
And
dude,
meanwhile, you can't respond. I'm after Apostle.
he didn't even stay on subject. He first started talking about salvation, and every example he told about the Chinese man and about the Jewish man, he talked about a plan of salvation. I don't care what else going on with their house in their house. They got God in their life. The second thing is, everything he talked about, our forefathers had no idea about because they were excluded from those activities in life. No, they didn't have mortgages.
You guys, we can't hear you, Apostle.
The
We can't hear.
ancestors don't want to hear that shit. The ancestors don't want to hear that shit.
There you go.
You know you don't want to hear it. Because I was 25 when I bought my first house. I don't know about you. I don't know 2, 3, 4 houses and then sold them. So I don't know about you, but having a mortgage ain't nothing to me. Matter of fact, I can give you one. So when you're ready to talk some real shit, stop talking about this fake, fantastic shit and slavery being your beginning. Understand that in DC, in the 80s, many bodies dropped. They called it the murder capital of the world. And some Bible would have prevented all of that from happening if those guys would have chose to live their life according to the teaching of the Bible instead of the teachings of the street. We wouldn't have a rightful evidence or outpost. If they govern their lives by scripture, we wouldn't have that. Our kids wouldn't be getting murdered in the street. We wouldn't be burying our grandchildren, our babies. Why? Because they have something covering their lives, something to dictate their lives, something over them, telling them this is not the way to go. I see y'all, man. I got to go.
Enjoy your day. Hey, brother. No, I'm talking to my boy on the phone. You too, man. Shit.
What you fail to realize, Mudawa, is money will never make you free. In the same way this economy collapsing, that dollar ain't gonna be worth a damn thing in a little bit. Neither anything in the system. Your true wealth is within you, my brother. It's called generational wealth. And the problem is that you say you don't worship God, but you turn to a God outside of yourself. You see, and that's where your enslavement proceeds from. So as long as you put faith in this cracker, and you put faith in this devil, this swine, this beast, you know, you would always be subjugated to every form of misuse and abuse and treatment that he care to bestow upon you and anybody else you say that's supposed to be a part of what you're a part of. So you become a part of the solution, my brother. You know, and again, it's sad to hear a Pan-Africanist, so-called, quote-unquote, talk this nonsense. You know, it make me feel like you're an agent provocateur, and I don't like to put that tab on everybody. You know what I mean? But
I'm not gonna lie, Commission. Y'all niggas is really slow, bro. Y'all didn't catch on to nothing that man said. You niggas is really slow as fuck, bro.
You ignorant niggas.
You niggas is some dumbass people.
I'm not bullshit. You ain't ready to have this type of conversation.
Y'all niggas is slow as fuck, bro. All right, you ain't.
Oh man.
You young grasshopper, not even qualified to speak in this type of conversation because you don't have the intellectual
Commission. You so pseudo, you just like Mighty
discipline.
Hebrew. You on the same level with Mighty Hebrew. You pseudo is shit, bro. You niggas is slow, bro. You niggas is really slow. Karima. Nah, y'all slow.
You will never learn that.
Y'all slow, bro. If y'all just said, bro, if anything you just said that Medina said was ignorant or it didn't make sense,
you a tool of the enemy.
Fuck. You niggas is slow as hell, bro. And I land my plane. You niggas is dumb.
Come on, we got people watching. Come on, y'all. We got people watching, please.
Young brother.
Hey, listen.
You're a tool of the enemy,
bro. I ain't lying.
You're a tool of the enemy, young brother.
All right, can I speak now? All right, I'm back. I'm back. Hold up. I'm not finna let Mudawa run.
No,
I fell off. All right,
I just wanted to say that, JJ.
Yeah, I fell off, so I missed what you said.
Because I've been sitting here listening to him and I ain't said nothing. So I'm just saying this and I'm through talking because I don't believe in arguing. An argument ain't nothing but a conversation between two fools, young man. So when you come in here and you speak on an intellectual
So me and Madiwa is the fools. Me and Madiwa
don't get caught up in your feelings.
We the fools today, Madiwa.
You can't have an intellectual conversation without being combative. That's your problem. hearing somebody else out, it hurts you. That's a problem, young man. So what I'm saying is, you got to learn how to communicate.
Bro, I know you not
Accept
saying.
constructive
All right.
criticism, brother.
All right, my turn.
That's what
All
I'm
right.
saying.
Y'all
I'm
got it
done.
out. All right.
Y'all
All right.
got
Come
it.
on. All right. Now.
Y'all been doing that shit the whole time on the line. How you fix your mouth and have
Oh, see what I'm talking about? Come on, man.
Don't worry about it. I'm here now.
All right. Come on. All
Hey,
right.
so which one of y'all decided to kick me out of the group though? Yeah, so somebody got passionate about what I was saying and gave me the boot.
He kicked you out of nowhere. It's my turn to
Yeah,
speak, bro.
no, I'm looking at it right now. You booted me at the back chat. Which one of you haters did it?
Back chat, man. Stop that, bro.
I'm looking at it right now, bro.
I boot you out. Now you said. Now first, I want to know where is your classes on teaching people how to do taxes, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. I mean, if you're gonna preach it, at least show your work for it. You're putting us down because you're saying we don't have this going on. But if we go on your page, none of that is on there, bro. So that's point number one. Point number two, you said the only thing that our people had to look forward to was the afterlife. That's what you said. And that right there is a blanket statement because you don't know what them people had access to reading because a lot of information was still out. That Charles Darwin shit that's been out for the longest. There's books on that. So you can't use that as well. That's the reason why we dealt with the Bible is because they didn't have information on Charles Darwin. If my granny would have had Charles Darwin, she would have got it right. You didn't exactly say that, but that's what you meant because you said they were dealing with the Bible. If they had been dealing with science, technology, engineering, mathematics, evolution, things would have been better. You're making the assumption that just because we have a spiritual belief that we can't learn these things in classes and how to do taxes and how to deal with math and science and engineering. We got people that's biblical based in all those fields. But you're trying to make it like we should just throw away our spiritual belief and don't say, you know what, we don't have to worry, don't worry about the afterlife. Let's deal with here and now. I don't have a problem with dealing with here and now, but you're pushing comedic science. They dealt with the afterlife. All of our people have dealt with an afterlife. The majority of African Americans have had some kind of spiritual belief that there's something going to happen after we leave this body. Our spirit continues and it might go somewhere else. But you want to say, oh, you know what? Granny and them got it wrong because you know what? They didn't teach their kids. You wasn't in everybody's house. Shit, you borrow some money from your grandpa now. Hey, I'll tell you what, you're going to have to pay an extra 10 on top. You damn right. We do that in our community too. So that ain't nothing special what the little Jewish kid did with his Hanukkah hat on or whatever the hell you seen that was so impressive. You don't know what we teach our kids. Here we go, another point you made. You say, yeah, the Asians and all that. They believe in a God. They have Buddha and all these other shit. They don't just say, we from apes. They don't say that shit. What else did you say? Okay, hold on. So like, we should think like, so yeah. So basically, you didn't really say much. You didn't address why Granny got it wrong. Instead, you went off into more attack on the Bible, more condescending remarks. You see what I'm saying? Did all these Russians and did all these other people you named, did they get taken away and stripped of their culture and broken? Where is that in their goddamn history? The biggest history of that you're going to ever read is about our people. That's what we trying to find our goddamn way. And being into scientific Darwinism, that would not help our people. Period. When the whole country was built off scientific racism and Darwinism, not democracy. So I don't know what you're saying. So Granny and them should have read Charles Darwin and them when they was coming up, a scientific racism book, and they would have got it right there.
Let me answer that.
No, who is this?
This King Self. Let me answer.
Go ahead.
Okay, cool. What Madiwa was trying to explain to y'all why he's saying that his granny and them what he's saying when they got it wrong, and he used the examples of the Asian man, and he used the example of the Jewish person to show that in those communities, they're not using a religious book to move forward and do things to advance the community. They're not just being stuck on the Bible or the Quran. What they're doing is they're teaching their children how the economy works. They're teaching their children financial literacy. They're teaching their children that you have to go to school and learn these things that are tangible things. Yes, they believe in some type of Buddha, but that's always forced. That's not even first, second, or third in their agenda with their family. But when it comes to black people, like his granny, my granny, and most of us, the Bible was always the first thing. They did not teach us credits. They did not teach us insurance because they were so focused on the Bible. And that's what he's saying. These other groups of people are not focused on some mythological made-up things. What they're doing is giving their children tangible things that they can live and grow and further their business and keep their family pushing and their community pushing. I don't understand how the fuck you niggas miss that shit.
Okay, yeah, I missed it. I missed it.
Now, hold on, bro.
You know what, people? You're right. You just enlightened me. Hold up. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you enlightened me.
Let me finish.
Because you're an insider.
No, nigga, let me finish.
And you know first.
Stop talking. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, all right, you're going to get you out of here. Okay,
Get him out of here, Kareem.
You don't live with these people. You
Get
don't
him
live
out
with
of
those
here.
people.
Kareem, get him
So
out
you
of
can
here.
get all your goddamn feelings, all you want. You don't live in these people's houses to know what they teach first. That's a goddamn assumption. So get up out of here telling us what the Jewish people do, what the Asian people do. Do you live in a Mexican's house? You don't know what the fuck they put first.
Brother Seth, let me ask you a question, brother. Brother Seth, can you hear me?
So you're making an assumption. And that's all.
Brother Seth, can you hear me?
So let King Seth
He's
continue.
muted right now.
Let's
Can
continue.
you,
Let King Seth
Brother Seth,
continue.
a question related to.
I just wanted to point out his assumption.
Okay.
Okay, move on. You live in their house. How do you know what they teach first?
Karima, stop muting me. Karima, stop muting me, Karima. Stop muting me, Karima.
You talking the question. You talking
now.
All
right. I got a question. I got a question for Seth.
Y'all ain't asking the question, you didn't get it.
I got a question for Seth. I got a question for Seth, brother Seth. As long as you've been knowing me, bro, and many where we've been all across these back chat, Facebook, social media streets, do I walk it like I talk it? Do I put out there information about business, about finance, about real estate? Do I walk it like I talk it, or am I just running off at the mouth?
Nah, you helped because you helped me raise my goddamn credit score up 10 points by the shit that you told me.
Right. So I'm and this is catch that we don't even talk every day, man. Like I'm actually a practical person that's trying to practically move us forward. If it's nothing but fixing your credit score, showing you some little tricks to get your shit a little bit higher. If it's showing you the difference between a traditional loan and a adjustable rate mortgage, if it's showing you the benefits of different type of insurances, if it's showing you how to reduce your car loan from some fucked up ass 20% loan to something manageable like 5%, practical things that can help you and your family. I'm not talking about nothing impractical to my people. We don't need to be talking about, yes, you can have your spiritual get down. The brother apostle, before he got up out of here, he said, I got 3-4 mortgages. A mortgage ain't nothing. Well, motherfucker, why you ain't teaching the people out here how to get a goddamn mortgage, a good one? Why is you out here teaching these people about the goddamn Bible? Hold on, let me finish.
So stop saying
let me finish, good brother. Let me finish, good.
I'm not gonna come on here and make assumptions. You don't know what nobody. You don't know what the Japanese do in their house, what they teach first. You don't know who apostle talk to, so you cannot come on here and insult somebody and tell them what they do, what they're not doing, bro. And I'm gonna stop you every day.
And you ain't even coming over here teaching what you talking about right now. You came over here stopping what people doing. Like,
you ain't never came to me and say, JJ, I want to do a class on taxes credit, none of that shit. Every time you come on here, you want to go about some goddamn ape shit or trying to defame the Bible, bro. You have never,
Hey,
in
JJ.
your life since I met you,
Hey,
came on.
hey, JJ.
I want to
Hey,
teach.
JJ.
I
Hey,
want to.
JJ. He did a show.
I'm finna mute my mic because I gotta get ready for an appointment. But just don't get out of hand, everybody.
Hey, JJ. He did a show on cryptocurrency, and he did a show on credit over there on Savage page, bro.
He said
He
he
helped.
ain't
He
never
showed
We
us.
talking about
He
here.
showed us.
We talking about here. When he come on here, he never teaching anything.
On here.
here.
Because that's
But
all y'all
how
want to
to
talk about is the
not
Bible.
believe in the
No,
Bible.
y'all
All
chime
y'all
in.
want to talk about is the Bible. That's why.
No, y'all
we'll talk
chime
about
in
is
until
Of
y'all.
course, that's what we supposed to do. Like, what you talking about?
Yeah, this
Okay,
shit.
so why y'all
At least it
complaining
ain't
then?
hurting
So why you
nobody.
complaining? So why you complaining then?
You're not complaining about the
That's
Bible.
what
No,
this
we not.
platform is for. That's
He
what this
is,
platform
and
is
you
for.
what?
Y'all slow, man. That just went over y'all head. You just said that he don't come over here and teach nothing. I said, yeah, because every time he come over here, he want y'all talk about the Bible. And he said, yeah, that's
No,
what
he
he
can
do.
change the
And I said, of
subject and
course.
talk about whatever he wants to. It's called Bill. Stop making excuses for that man.
I got you. You're a liar, and the truth ain't in you. Because if you go through the catalog of the Lionsden, you will see there's a plethora of different topics, bro.
Facts. Yes,
So-
sir.
So
Hey, I just want to say
Yeah,
this
so
right
we
here,
were just
man.
talking about concern. What are you talking about?
So I don't know. All I know is that you're lying on that point, and that's an excuse. And we already know Moodwat's character. He had never came and said, JJ, I want to teach on my cryptocurrency. I'm like, oh, okay, go ahead, brother. I don't have no problem with that.
Facts. Hey, I'm gonna say this right here. All in all, though, shouts out to Barata Linnaeus and his troglodyte Darwinite house nigga nation.
Oh,
With that right there, all is well.
Hey. Y'all continue, man. I gotta get ready to go, man. But I'm on mute.
Yeah, you going to get up out of here, JJ. I got this from here on out.
Oh Lord, yeah, y'all better not let me do it.
I'm gone too.
Who might have a little
Yeah, we're gonna
decorum
let
now.
y'all have it. There's
You know what I'm
nothing
saying?
more to be talked about.
You know,
Gods don't entertain that type of foolishness.
The flunkies, hey, Madiwa, the flunkies
No, it's
leaving what they
always the
leave.
same. They
The
come in
flunkies
here,
leaving
stop
what.
Bill, and ask a million questions.
Oh man. Hey man, y'all have a good one, man. I'm gonna get up out of here and maybe go find some real intellectual conversation, man. You know, it's people that really want to build instead of talking about imaginary friends and shit.
That man told him penis.
All right, man.
Shit
I'll see
crazy.
you later, man. Now, I want you to stop pushing this. I don't want to hear no Charles Darwin and none of his teachings coming out of your mouth, bro. I've already proved to you that his teachings is built off scientific racism, bro. It is what it is. He's called our people savages. The other guy, Lemetris, however you pronounce that, he has called our people monstrous. They have said they are above us in some of these teachings. Apostle has said there's over 75 quotes of him being a racist. So please do not put Charles Darwin and say we got to put down our Bible because Charles Darwin is talking about some pseudoscience.
Okay.
No, and that's it right there. That's all I got to say to you.
Have you
What's
ever
up,
have you
Cephas?
ever,
Cephas
you ever
Black.
read Darwin?
Cephas got some questions for you because he's a Kemetic. King Seth
Well, King Steph and Moody, well, I agree with him. I agree with them all the way to the. Yeah, I agree with him.
There it is. There.
Hey, Judas,
Of course he agrees with him.
Who you agree with?
Of course, we know he agreed with him because he thinks Bible is, belief is mental health. Of course he believes.
Who you agree with, Cephas?
Him and Mugabe.
King Steph and Mugabe.
Okay.
Of course.
What?
He was trying to get in here bad, but he kept getting kicked out.
Hold on, let me agree with him on. What you agree with him on?
Leaving the Bible alone. Belief.
Yeah, everything they said about the Bible, all that, leaving it alone.
Even
well,
though he believed in Kemet and all that stuff, but he want us to believe our stuff.
I don't agree when they talking about like just leave God all the way out of the picture.
Yeah,
but I do agree.
Yeah, because God is in Kemet.
No, but let's explain for himself.
You too.
Now, what you agree with and what you disagree with? Go ahead.
Okay, so I agree with them saying that we need to work on other things of like financial credit report and all them things. I agree with him saying that religion blinds us from focusing all of our attention on the things that matter to help us move forward in this life that we live in today. And so just to piggyback on what he was saying, that religion sometimes can be blind for what we really need to focus on. But we so caught up in mythology and belief. And the one that I don't agree
Thank
with
you.
is when he's saying that, take God all the way out the picture. No, we do have a concept of God, even if we call ourselves God. You know what I'm saying? So I land my plan right there.
You laying your plan right there. So you're saying Mudawa is wrong. He's saying take God up out of it, right?
Yeah, yep. I
Because you have
wouldn't
gods, right?
say it again.
You have a comedic absolute, or all, a creator. Right?
Well, I know it's the creator of the universe and our planet, so that's when I would say, yeah, it's a higher power than me.
Yeah. So, but that creator don't have anything to do with your spiritual comedic beliefs.
Say it again.
That creator has nothing to do with your comedic spiritual beliefs.
No, the creator just created this planet that I'm walking on right now. I didn't create this planet. I mean, my other teacher would say that we created a planet using our mind, but it's nothing factual about that. I'm not stuck in the part where we want to believe in things. If it's true, then it's true. If it's not true, it's not true. If I can prove it, then that's true too. If I can't prove it, then it's always going to be opposition.
Do you respect this creator, or you don't acknowledge him? You don't give it no respect, or you don't honor it as being the creator of you, or what? I mean, how does that go? Do you have a shrine for it, and what you do with your creator?
I just, like I said, most I would do is just give thanks for being of the planet. But
You breaking up, brother?
Can you hear me better?
You breaking up, man. Yeah, go ahead now. Go ahead. Now. We talking about your creator, right? Your creator. Right. All right. So the people that rock with your creator, they wasn't inspired by writing anything down. Is that what you're saying?
No.
They were inspired to write some things down. Your creator.
My creator didn't inspire anyone to write anything down. We did that ourselves. We are creators, so we the one that created our language.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
So how do you interact with your creators if we created the creator?
Say it again.
Creator.
I'm sorry, I can't really hear you.
I said, so we created the perception of a creator. Really,
correct, right? Man create God, and God only exists in our minds. God need man to survive. Without man, then there wouldn't be no God.
So really, we just make an explanation of why the trees and the stars and the moons here, because we can do that by ourselves. We can do that by ourselves, right?
Come on home.
Can we do that by ourselves?
I mean,
because we can create, right? So can we do this? Can we make stars and moons and all, But did the creator do it?
Yeah, that's what I would pull right back to saying that a creator did that. The creator created this planet. The creator created the universe. I got other teachers that I listen to that say that our collective mind had created this universe, this planet, and things like that. But I go off of factual things that I can prove. So I can't prove that our collective mind had created all these things. So that would put me right back into the belief system. But I know.
Do you believe that it's a creator that created the stars and moons, or did we do it?
And what is your purpose?
In your mind.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
You don't believe what? Which one you don't believe?
That we created the stars and the moons and stuff. It's the creator who did that. If we are able to do that, why are we not doing it right now? That's my argument right now. If we able to create the planet, the stars, and the whole solar system and things like that, then why don't we just do that right now?
But that creator don't really get it. Y'all, the people that follow your creator, he don't really deal with y'all.
Why would you say that? See, like I said though, we don't really acknowledge that we are the creators. We are the ones that control the harmony through this world. So we don't really need outside force to control us, to maintain us, to know what's moral and what's right or anything like that.
But who controls the season? Man?
That's Mother Nature right there.
Is Mother Nature the creator?
That's a tough question for me to answer right there. But Mother Nature in harmony, you can say it has something to do with it. Yes, it has something. It got a responsibility in the creation.
But we the guys, right? We
The
created
God.
God. We
The
created
God.
God. We
Yes,
created the
man.
creator.
Yeah.
We
And throughout
created the creator.
You do know, brother, that the Bible said that you was present when creation came into being, right?
what that got to do with anything? I
You
I
got a
can agree
whole
with
lot
that.
to do with what you were just talking about.
But the Bible, once again, though, the
In
Bible is
spirit form, you was present when the Most High created everything. That's what I'm saying. That's what the book say, not me. Now,
right.
I say this, brother, to say this. In line of all of us on here, none of us is going out in the world in our day-to-day living just preaching and talking to people about religion. So that's where people wrong at. You assume that. What we have is a religious or spiritual system that grounds us. Because you can have a Negro with a whole bunch of money and economics, but if he don't have moralistic beliefs, then he has nothing to gauge himself by. He'll
Stop
do
right there.
anything.
Stop
He
right
will
there.
do
So stop right
anything
there.
because he's not guided
Stop
by a
right there.
body of principles.
Stop
That's
right
why
there.
it's
Kanisha.
necessary to have a spiritual system along with that. That's why
Okay, so
Europeans treat you like they do, because they feel
now
like they got money, so they don't have to believe in the Most High. What they got to pray for, they don't have no struggles. That's why it even say in the biblical text, and we ain't even get religious. It's easier for a camel to walk through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter into heaven. And heaven is a state of mind.
Brother
So you can
Commission,
have
I
all
need
that
to ask
money
you a
and you'll blow
question,
your
brother.
damn brains out if you lose it.
Brother Commission, I want to ask you a very serious philosophical question right now because you just said something that's extremely important, and I think a lot of people really need to hear this. So, is it your belief that without believing in a creator, a person does not have a sense of morals and morality?
I'm saying all moralistic system, just like you calling yourself Prophet Mugabe. Where do prophets come from, Mugabe? Who send prophets? That's on your page. Answer that question.
I'll get to that after you answer my
Answer the
question.
question.
I'll get to that answer
And I
you after
answered
you
what
answer.
you asked me.
No,
I
no, no, no,
already
no.
said that one has to have a spiritual system in order to be grounded in morality. So it's no need for me to
Okay.
go over that
That's a
again.
lie.
So
That's a
now
lie.
So
answer my question. Who
okay.
send
So
prophets?
that's I did that facetiously, bro. That was a facetious
No,
post.
you can't play like that though when you
I,
pushing the
I, I but
ideology you
but
pushing.
I
Because
did.
God sent prophets, my brother.
I did it
That's
facetiously, bro. I did
God
it
after that.
sent
I want to
facetiously.
answer
prophets.
Yeah,
that.
pay attention
God
what
don't
we're doing
send
after the
send prophets.
conversation.
But back to what I was saying about the morality piece. And this is extremely important, bro. Like, all right, thank you, baby. This is extremely important. No, that'll do. Thank you. Uh, what I was saying is, if you're saying that this is important because most people think that morality morality has to be rooted to some form of spirituality, and nothing can be further from the truth. We see morals and empathy in the animal kingdom. We see morals and empathy in other primates. So that means it's also telling you that this whole concept of soul and spirit that y'all speak of, it can't be true either.
Show
Because
me a
when we see,
moral example in an
I
animal, Mudawa. Give me an
okay,
example of morals. You
okay,
know what
they
morals are, right?
yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Listen to me.
Show me
Moral.
an animal with
Listen,
morals,
listen,
brother.
bro,
Because now
listen
you're
to me.
saying they rational. I'm letting you. I'm
Listen.
listening. Go ahead.
Well, I can't post the link. I'll post it on your private page, the link to the study, because somebody kicked me out the group, so I can't
You
post the link.
got
can't
a good
make
example.
statements
I
like
got a
that
good
though and not
example.
have the
Bro,
information to back that
I
up
got a
in
good
can I say?
example.
instantaneously though,
Can I
Mudawa.
finish though? Can I finish
You
saying
can
what I'm saying?
finish. You can
Can I?
finish. I'm gonna let you
Okay.
finish. But you
Right.
cannot make statements like that
I
without
understand.
having
You
the
really can't.
information to
You
back it
really you can't.
instantaneous, bro.
You shouldn't be able to make statements like that without being able to back it up. And I will, without a doubt, show you links to information, show you links to studies that say that certain animals in certain primates in particular are operate. One study is speaking on mammals in general. One study is speaking on primates. One study is speaking on animals in general. They're saying that animals exhibit a sense of morality and a sense of empathy, which is what creates morality, being able to empathize with someone else. I don't want nobody to steal nothing from me, so guess what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna steal nothing from you. That's empathy. I don't want none of my loved ones killed, so I'm not gonna kill none of your loved ones. That's empathy. I'm empathizing with a situation. Maybe y'all don't really understand the definitions of these
No,
things,
sir, we
because
know
you,
very well.
bro,
I study
Well,
etymology,
bro,
but
I know
brother,
brother.
atheists that don't
brother,
believe in
don't
God
do that.
that got more morals than the people that's religious.
Don't
Thank
do
you,
that,
bro.
brother.
No,
Don't do
no,
that.
we
Don't do
don't.
that.
This is
Don't do that. Let me
it's
give you a
already
prime
done,
example of what I'm
brother.
talking about. We're gonna give you tangible proof you ain't even got to worry about. People that get locked up and they go to prison for an act that they demonstrated. It's an act based on the fact that they broke a law. These laws in most cases go beyond the morality of the average human being. Why do you think they keep animals in cages? Animals are in cages not based upon their morality, but because they can't necessarily be trained to not buck. Like a pit bull can be trained to a certain extent, but it's been many a cases proven that that pit bull will shake his master to death like he never knew it. So how do you explain that? How do you say, well, the pit bull, just one day his master was feeding him, never did no harm to him. He just decided he wanted to kill him. So animals don't have rationality. They move off impulse and instinct, my brother. You see, so by the same
So
token,
by you saying that, use that same logic to explain school shooters.
what do you mean?
You're saying that animals
What do
don't
you
have.
mean?
You saying that animals don't have rational thinking. They just behave
Those
sometimes.
who
They
do
can
the
be
school
treated.
shooting,
You just
I'm
said,
finna
hold on,
you
listen
say
to me,
use the
bro.
example to
Yeah,
rationalize. I'm finna
right.
show
You
you.
said,
Those
you
who
gave that
shoot
example. Hold on, brother. I didn't
Those who
cut you off. I
demonstrate
didn't cut you
school
off.
shootings, well, yes, you did. You cut me off when I was talking. But those who do school shootings, my brother, they do this based upon the ideology that they have been taught. Because most of these are directed as hate crimes and have been basically interpreted as such. So somebody taught them to hate based upon a doctrine. You see? So when it come down to morality, this has to do with nothing of that. This has to do with somebody that was miseducated in the way that they were brought up and taught up, brother. And I rest my case with that mention.
Okay.
So I
But
got a question.
go ahead, bro.
So you telling me people that's based in religion have morals, but what about in the beginning when European Christians was going around and killing people, aka the Crusades, to
Uh-oh.
establish their religious beliefs? So tell me how that's morality.
That wasn't the
Uh-oh.
original way of life. They wasn't dealing with religion. They was dealing with
No,
man-made doctrine. I'm talking about what the Most High instilled in
Oh,
them,
here we go.
not
get
what
out
So
they
of
yo,
here,
created.
man. Come
so
on.
I ain't talking about what man's
your version is the
interpretation
true
is.
version.
No, it
Your
ain't my
version is the
version.
true version, huh?
It ain't my
Okay.
version. What I'm saying is this. I'm saying outside of my version, anybody version that was created after the original version. I'm saying the original intent before man corrupted it with his own interpretation. I say that all the time, bro. And that's why you don't know what I'm saying. Because I never give man that credit. I'm saying the original intent of the script, what it was built upon, not somebody's exegesis of it. You understand? We can't help how somebody choose to interpret or misinterpret something. That's on them. But I'm saying you need a system. That's like even dealing with gangs, street organizations. It's codes and structure in those organizations to keep you from doing stuff. You can't just go and knock a chief off or an elite or somebody over that organization just cause you feel like you want to, cause you can do it, but it's gonna be some consequences behind that.
Absolutely.
So what I'm saying,
Absolutely.
same thing with the mafia. You can't hit a
Absolutely.
made man.
Absolutely.
And I'm giving you the lowest forms of laws that have ever been expressed. But
Absolutely.
even
But
there's a moralistic code there. It's
now,
not that in the
how do
animal
you
code.
explain seeing? Now, I'm gonna say this again, really, really, really slow. The cornerstone of morality is empathy. The cornerstone of morality is empathy. The reason the religious people think that you are not a simple animal is because you have the ability to empathize, you have a soul and a spirit. That gets thrown out the window when we see empathy slash morality in other animals, other mammals, other primates. We see this, bro. So that means that empathy is something innate. It does not require a spiritual system in order to empathize with another living organism. That's what that means, brother.
Animals live off the law of survival of the fittest, brother. That's called the law of nature to some. So what I'm saying is this right here. When it come down to us, we are not animalistic in that sense. We have been given something that raises us above the animal, and that's called intellect. That's called rationality. If you put a set of mores and codes in front of any animal in the ancient time, they should be able to read that set of mores and codes now. So put some codes of morality, love in front of a monkey and see what he do with it. Put it in front of a dog and see what they do with it, bro.
You didn't answer my question,
You're not
Commission.
making sense, brother.
You didn't answer my question, brother.
You rationalizing
You're not
something that
answering
can't
my
be
question,
rationalized.
family.
Yes, I am. I'm answering it in the measure that I'm giving. But you can't hear because you hearing with your passions. Your passions are outweighing your judgment, brother. Your passions in what you are believing in. And I ain't even on a religious level. That's another thing. What you fail to realize about me, Mudawa, is I'm way beyond the level of belief. We deal with what we know. Man must be what he knows and not what he is told. See, you hear the name more and you think religion.
Walk it
You
like you
hear the
talking.
name more and you think religion. You see, you hear the name Nazarene, Nazarite, or Hebrew, and you think religion. But you don't understand levels that certain people are raised in consciousness when it comes to what they stand on. So you putting everybody in one bag. That's where your problem is.
So don't you think?
To put
Don't you think the most? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
and that
Well,
shows
don't you?
that you
Okay,
have
hold
no
on, bro.
rationality.
Don't you think that the most neophyte amongst you believes the same thing? Don't you
No,
think that
sir.
the most? Oh, listen to me, brother. Don't you think that the most unlearned amongst you feel that they have a higher consciousness, a higher understanding of
No,
what
sir.
they
You know
believe
why?
than
I'm gonna
most?
tell you why.
Why
Tell you
not?
why. I'm gonna answer that question. Because you know what our question is in the ones we build? How humble should man be? As he art weak and ignorant. In other words, that's saying that man should know that there's much for him to learn and he should be willing to grow. So he don't come in with his cup full, brother Mudawa. If you come in with your cup full, you can't receive anything. You understand?
Absolutely.
And that's
So
what's
now,
going on in these
so okay,
conversations a lot of times.
so now that you know that your cup is not full, let's get back to this moral empathy thing. Do you believe that animals have the capacity to show empathy slash morality?
No, sir. And I
Okay.
stand on that because they don't have
All right.
what
Can
we
I,
have, brother. They don't have an intellect, brother.
bro?
All
They
right.
don't have an intellect.
All right. Look,
They can
So
only be
you
trained.
can check on the
They move
document.
off of repetition, my brother. We train them.
Okay.
Trust me. That's all I'm saying. They don't have an intellect, brother.
You can check on the
But
document
they're
on
capable of being
Netflix
trained.
on Animal Planet on Netflix, and they show you where the when the son died, crying, showing empathy.
You breaking up, brother.
The monkey daughter went in. So
You
Yeah, I
breaking
heard
up,
what he
brother.
said. I heard what he said. Emotions are not instinctive, bruh, in regards to dealing
What?
with morality. Morality dealing with emotion is two different things, bro. Look up what morality is.
What is the
Morality is something that
cornerstone of
one
what is the cornerstone of fucking morality, brother? It's empathy. It's the ability to
you
empathize
still
with
ain't getting
someone.
what I'm saying, brother.
You ain't getting it.
You ain't getting what I'm saying, brother.
You're
You
not
still
getting it,
trying to tie
bro.
something in, bro. Listen,
I'm not trying to tie it in. It is what it is, man.
listen. Morality has to do with, in basic, all simplicity, bro, knowing right from wrong. That's what morality is. Animals don't move off that premise, bro.
And
I stand on that.
how do we develop a sense of
I
right from
stand
wrong?
on that. I
How do
stand
we
on that.
develop? You can stand on it. How do you develop a sense of right from wrong?
It's
By
innate in humans.
empathizing.
It's
By
innate.
empathizing. By empathizing.
No. It's innate in humans, brother. Animals can only
A,
be
a fucking
changed.
2-year-old don't have no morality.
Listen to what I'm saying. Animals can only be trained in the things that you're talking about, bro. But they can't do. If this is the case that you're talking, this is why I try to tell you. Just like with the sense of so-called apism, or just apes and all this stuff here, I keep telling you, if they've been here longer than we have, bro, 65 million years, you want to put it there, and I know we were here longer than that, but I'm just getting into the European concept of what they like to say. Let me make that clear. If they supposed to been here longer than man, bro, and they have not begun to teach man, they have not begun to evolve things that man have evolved, and man was supposed to be here way lesser in time than that is, brother, that should bring a light bulb on in your head to let you know if they can't teach you anything, then there is no rationality there of the intellect for them to evolve a spaceship. Since you say you're an ape in a spaceship, they don't have the capacity to evolve engines or deal with science, technology, engineering, or mathematics. No animal has that ability. And if he does, you have the burden of proving that, brother.
That has absolutely
brother
nothing to
Barata
do with
Linnaeus.
that has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm talking
It got a
about,
whole
brother
lot to do with what
Commission.
I'm saying.
Brother Commission, it has to do with what you saying. It has
No, it has
nothing
a
to
whole
do
lot to do
with
with
what
what
I'm
I'm saying
saying.
to try to get you to understand, brother. You are very
Oh,
wrong in your thoughts.
all
And I
right, now
accept
listen to
that's
me.
what you are.
I understand, brother. You
I
said
accept
you
that's
said
what
if
you
it,
are now.
you said that
I ain't gonna say
if a
you
man
can't think like that. I'm
okay
just
if
letting you know it ain't right.
all
And
right
I
you said it
stand on that.
you said that we teach that no man should say that his cup is full because that leaves no room for new knowledge. You're operating from a full cup right now.
No,
I'm trying to give
sir.
you
No,
new
we
knowledge.
operating from what we know is right, bro. It's certain things that we know what it is, and they don't have
Now,
to be
I'm
speculated
literally
upon.
I'm
None of that.
literally let
They
me
don't have
finish,
to be
brother.
scienced up or
Commission,
nothing,
brother
bro.
Commission. I'm literally telling you that there's peer-reviewed scientific journals out there that show that mammals in general, primates in particular, show empathy slash morality toward one another. What
What you
is
fail to
empathy?
realize,
Let me
bro.
finish, bro. Let me say it. I'm gonna say it slow, and I swear I'm not gonna
You
say it
saying the
again.
same thing over
I
and over
know.
again. And I'm
So
telling you, I'm
I'm gonna
not
say
going
this.
to accept your interpretation.
Oh, okay.
I
So you're not
accept
gonna
that's where
accept it.
you are. I
Okay, you're
accept
not.
that's where
Okay,
you
that's
are.
good. Okay, I
I
respect that.
respect that's where
You
you
said
are.
I'm not gonna accept it.
That's
That's
right.
what you're
That's
not saying
right.
it's not true. You're saying I'm not gonna
I
accept it. I got
respect
you.
that's where you are, but I'm saying you're wrong. You can
Okay.
believe you're right, but I'm saying you're wrong. And I'm saying that not because I feel like I'm right over you. I'm saying that because you can't prove it on your own whim. For example, my master teacher wrote books, and I know what he wrote in the books to be true. But I went and did my own research outside of what he taught. I ain't just picking up no scientific journal and saying it's true because I read it there. And that's why I coined you with that name, Barata. Because you like a Barata Rainbow, brother. You repeating something, but you haven't. And I asked you this before, Mudawal. I want you to go get this and prove it and bring it before us. Not
Well,
what the textbooks say.
well, use
I
that
want
same
you to prove it.
use that same concept and prove to me the afterlife. Go.
Use that concept and prove the afterlife. Oh, we
Yeah,
can do
go.
that easy. We can do that with science.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We can do that with
Uh-oh. He's
scientists.
stuck.
No,
He's
I'm not.
stuck.
I'm finna show you. Prime example. Anybody that has a near-death experience has always described it to be the same. And I guarantee you, if any of y'all ever seen somebody that seen that particular state, They told you what their experience was. Though they vary and differ here and there, it has been proven that even in the scientific field goes along with these various cases, which I can pull up right now and show them to you, that there is something beyond this realm right here, bro. When you go down and you lay down to sleep at night, to me personally, this is my proof. When I lay down, I'm not physically going anywhere. It's my consciousness that goes on that journey. Now, if I go into a hellacious state in that consciousness, that's my consciousness going on that journey. If I go into a heavenly state in that consciousness, that's my consciousness that's going there. That's enough for me to let me know that it's something beyond here. And not to mention that I have been into certain states to where I have been in the presence of master teachers in that realm. So that's what made me more foundated and faithful. Because I know if me, I ain't as pure as a prophet, but if the Most High showed me some of the things he showed me, I know them men was able to see what they seen. So that's where my example come from. Again, it ain't coming from outside of the self, though. See, I'm telling you, dealing with a different individual, Mudawa. And you know that I ain't talking spookism. You know what I'm talking about. You know, but that is what it is. And every book that I done studied, whichever one you can go into, bro, they all convey that you can go beyond this realm by going within yourself. Every last one of them teach that. Every last one of them teach that. I read the book of creation, Mudawa. That's where I'm at. That's my religious text. So you can't tell me I ain't in the science. When I go out the door every day, I'm reading Metal Netta. See, they don't teach that. They don't teach that behind a religious pulpit, my brother. That's real comedic science. So not only am I living according to that and applying that, but I see the laws manifest in nature, and that allowed me to respect those texts that I came out from, that I was springboarded from. And I don't have to down them in order to be successful. And by the way, I am successful. I'm a business owner. I work for myself. I ain't worked for a cracker and I don't know how long. You know what I mean? And I'm moving ahead. And guess what? When somebody come amongst me, I teach them. But guess what? The same Negroes that was on materialism, that wasn't dealing with a bunch of morality, they didn't want to teach me nothing. So-called our own people. They tried to hide it. They wanted me to be subjugated to them. I learned it, mastered it, and now they still doing it for somebody else, and I'm doing it for myself. Some of them have to come work for me. So we ain't got to get into that. What I'm saying is that materialism, brother, is not the end all and the be all. And I say it like this all the time. We can get a million us together, bro, on one thought, one collective thought, moving in the same direction. All will be well. But that's impossible with people that are constantly going to war with each other over trivial matters, brother. So 1 million men with $1, that's $1 million, bro.
Right.
That's $1 million easy. So I'm letting you know money ain't the issue. It's a lack of unity. And what I say on that, when I say unity, don't necessarily mean you got to bring everybody together to form that Voltron. It's learning to stay in your own lane. If you feel like you're supposed to be doing the work, then do that. But don't criticize this brother over here that's doing that. Because that's where he is. Don't criticize that sister over there that's doing that. Stay in your lane. And if you really love harmony, let them do what they do, you do what you do, and all is well. But you don't have to come out and attack somebody else, bro, because you believe a certain way. And that's what I've been stressing since I've been in this bike chat. I never, even though I come up and see a little different from, just being merely Christian. My mama raised me that way. I never go try to tear it down like that. What I'm going at is the European thought pattern that we accept. And that ain't just for anybody else. That's for the Moors. Anybody know me. I'm getting on Moors every day that's pushing that Eurocentric thought pattern. And I'm Moorish. I'm getting on Kemetic people every day, bro. So they can't say I'm going against somebody. No, I'm saying we need to get rid of this European concept. And that's why I'm coming at that Darwinism the same way. So it ain't one just coming at you, bro. I'm at the European thought pattern that has taken form in the minds of our people, and they don't even know it, bro. It's called post-traumatic slave syndrome, by the way. And I rest my case with that, bro.
Ooh, boy, that was a long. That was really long. That was really interesting, bro. That was really, really interesting. Do you realize though that the white people most opposed to the evolutionary narrative, the people that are most opposed to it, are the people that hate you the most. It's the evangelical Christians. Those are the people that's opposed to evolution the most. It's them southern white folks. They hate Darwin. They can't stand him. They think they know ain't no way I come from no African. I ain't come from no African. Ain't no nothing. We not finna do that. We not finna. We ain't finna have that. I come from an African. No way, baby. They don't believe that.
No, no, that's
There's no way. That's the people who oppose it the most. I need you to know that. You do understand that. Probably did. You think the people that oppose it are somebody other group of people. Nah, it's the evangelical, Bible thumping white folks in the Bible Belt. Those are the cats that can't stand Darwin. They can't stand this shit. I come from Adam and Adam and Eve was white people. Those are the people that built that fake ass ark in whatever state that is. Those are the people. Those
Turkey.
are the ones. You know what I mean? The Discovery Institute, Answers in Genesis. What's the other name they go by? Discovery Institute, Answers in Genesis. Kent Hovind. What's the other white boy name? The people that y'all don't study, but I study them cats because those are the people that is putting the misinformation out there about evolution because they can't stand to be associated to say that, hey, I come from African people, that humanity started in Africa. They hate that. Uh-oh. And y'all falling right in line with it and don't even know it. Falling right in line with the people that hate you the most.
Mudawa,
Unknowingly.
how do you think it make you look though, brother, when you defend the doctrine of a European that don't even defend their own doctrine, brother?
We're not defending a European. We're defending the
You're
science.
defending his doctrine, my brother.
We're defending the science, bro.
You're defending his doctrine. That's his science, my brother.
Hold on. Do you defend Isaac Newton or do you think gravity is real?
I don't defend any man's
Exactly.
science. I
Exactly.
don't
You're
defend
not
any
defending
man's science, but that's
right.
what
You're
you
like
doing.
there's not you
That's what
wouldn't
you
give a
doing. You
listen
feel
to
a
what I'm saying.
passion. I'm
Listen to what
listening
I'm
to you
saying, bro.
now, and I ain't finna talk over you either. But
But you
you
just
feel
did.
a
You just
passion
hijacked it.
to try to make us believe and convince us of this, bro, and we ain't going. You
I
can't
get it.
accept that and move on.
I get it. I
Just
mean,
accept it for what it is,
listen,
and we won't
bro,
even have to
bro,
have these conversations. Cause I ain't
bro.
going. I'm letting you know I ain't going.
I understand, bro. It's just all right. Well, peace, power, and prosperity to everybody that's listening. Get your mind right and your pockets will follow. Uh, until the next time, I'm out, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Peace, peace.
Peace to you as well, brother Mudawa. I hope you come into